X Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2, Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob, Hester, and
Matt Flynn.
Terrifying and terrible.
live from the haunted
Raising Cane's
studio, here's Jacob, Hester, and
Matt Flynn.
Welcome in, hour number one, a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp and Alondra Villarreal here at the producer chair. So, look, Jake and Matt are out hour number one. They will be back here for hours number 2 and 3. We're going to hang out with you for the next 60 minutes or so. Here's the deal. You remember when Frank Wilson was named interim on Sunday, everyone said, Brian Kelly didn't really allow former players back into the building. That's going to change with Frank Wilson. Well, guys, it's changing and changing quickly. Jake and Matt are actually going to be at LSU speaking to the team. I think that's great. I think as pivotal as it is for LSU football right now, that might actually be more important than coming here and hosting the radio show. So we are good with it. And if you're watching on YouTube and you see our get-ups, no, I didn't kill anyone in the parking lot and Alondra did not cut her hair. We are dressed up in Halloween costumes. Jake and Matt say they're going to be dressed up when they get back at the 8 o'clock hour. We went ahead and did it. Alondra, what are you?
I am Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction. So I actually did cut off my hair and dyed it black.
Oh, wait, I thought you said it was a wig.
Not a wig.
You really went all out. Well,
No, this is like my favorite costume I've ever done.
It looks great. I mean, when you walked in today, I was like, okay, the shirt is perfect. The wig is perfect. It's one of those things where even if you haven't seen the movie,
oh wait, no free content.
Everybody knows like what you are, even if you haven't seen the movie yet. So like I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
On the other hand, I didn't think this through. I didn't realize we were gonna have to do the first hour. We're gonna actually see how I sound. I am Jason. So we got this really pretty looking mask right now, as you can see on YouTube. I didn't want to start the show with this on. I thought it might look a little jarring. Jake said the other day, Taylor, you're not going to have any problem doing a Halloween costume. You have plenty of them. You dress up every year. Sure, but I like to go like pretty all out, pretty elaborate. And we kind of decided, Tuesday we were actually going to like finally dress up. Yeah. So, guys, I'll be very honest. I was like, let me think of something that I already have. I had this mask from like years ago. I don't even remember why. And so I found an old white T-shirt, splattered some blood on it, and here we are. We are Jason and Alondra Mia Wallace. Not exactly a couple costume, but you know what? I think we look pretty dang good back here. And, we were talking about it on Monday. Alondra, we didn't get to show it because I don't know if you know this. A little bit happened over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit happened. My family Halloween costume contest was on Sunday. And I figured you and I are dressed up right now. Why not go ahead and show everybody? So me and Victoria did Snow Miser and Heat Miser from A Year Without a Santa Claus. Here is your boy, fully white face paint.
What is the nose?
Hair white. It's a witch nose that I painted white, is exactly what it is. Victoria's got the flame hair. She's got the nose as well. I think we nailed it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked great, but like that's the type of costumes I do. So Jake was like, oh, Taylor, I know you'll be down. You have all these costumes. I'm like, yeah, but do I want to take the time to go ahead and go all out? I got to call a high school football game tonight. I can't exactly show up with a fake nose and painted completely white.
That's fine.
So we went something pretty simple. I think it worked out well. I think we'll be fine. Guys, there is a lot to unpack today. We'll start with the governor's comments here in just a second. But before we do, let's actually do it correctly and get the show started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
Okay, so yesterday, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry gave a little bit more clarity to the LSU football head coaching situation. So we don't know who the candidates are. We don't know who LSU is going to hire. We do know who's making the hire, or should I say, who is not going to be making the hire. Jeff Landry did not pull any punches. He was pretty adamant about who was not going to make this hire. And look, I'm not going to put words into the man's mouth. Let's hear it from him himself. It's about 2 minutes, but I want you to hear it all because there's a lot to unpack here. So here is Governor Jeff Landry.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners. You know, I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful. And we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly. And we're going to put metrics on it. Because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country and then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So, yeah, I absolutely. Who's that? No. I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us a coach. Because, wait, I want to hold on. One real quick thing on that. Because here's what y'all reporters need to do. Y'all need to start looking at who represents all these people, like these agents. You know what's interesting? If I'm not mistaken, Woodward's agent, Kelly's agent, the Texas A&M, they're all the same agent. Like, you realize if I would be, I don't know how many sports writers we got here today? Just you. We should have a bunch. Okay? Like, this is ridiculous. Lawyers would be disbarred for the way these agents act and the way they're able to represent. In fact, there's no doubt, they may even represent some of the players now. Like, it's really time for the NCAA to put on some guardrails in college sports. Because, and it's fine. We don't need the guardrails. If big billionaires want to spend all that kind of money, no problem. But if I got to go find $53 million from Kemp, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. I'm just telling you. I know. And I think that that's important as well. Y'all should start looking into that.
Certainly a lot to unpack here. So, okay, I also find it really funny. He said, how many sports reporters are in the audience? Just you? Okay, this was originally a press conference for SNAP benefits in Louisiana, which I find objectively hilarious. I don't know how you got to the topic of Scott Woodward when, having a press conference about SNAP benefits, but whatever, he did. There is a lot to unpack there. Some of it I actually agree with. A lot of it I don't. There's some pretty wild stuff. Let's get into the beginning where he said Scott Woodward gave out a contract that caused LSU to possibly pay $54 million and Texas A&M $73. Yes, LSU could potentially have to pay Brian Kelly $54 million in a buyout. That's on Scott Woodward. It was a 10-year deal, all fully guaranteed. That's on him. The $73 million that he's referring to was Jimbo Fisher's buyout at Texas A&M. I know it's a common way of thinking. Like, someone brings something up, everyone else just kind of rolls with it. Ross Bjork gave Jimbo Fisher that $73 million buyout at Texas A&M. If you remember, Jimbo got the extension following that 2020 season. It was the COVID year. A&M went 9-1, just barely missed the playoff. They extended him after that. Scott Woodward was already here because he was at LSU in 2019, obviously. So that part's not correct. Now, did Woodward give Jimbo a 10-year deal? Yes, he did. And maybe that's where I agree with Governor Landry, where he said these 10-year deals are out of control. I agree. I don't like the 10-year deal. Yes, Woodward did not give the big extension that caused all the buyout money, but he did give Jimbo a 10-year, $75 million deal up front in order to take the job. So maybe there's a little pushback there as well. As we go through this, you can look and say, I'll defend Scott Woodward. I'll be against Scott Woodward, really depending on what aisle you sit on. We'll break all that down, but blaming Woodward for the Jimbo Fisher buyout, it's a lot like when everyone used to say, oh, well, Glenn Dorsey won all those awards his senior year, but his junior year was actually better. No, it wasn't. His junior year wasn't better. Go look at the numbers. Not only did he make just a bigger impact altogether his senior year, his raw numbers were better as a senior. It's just one of those things that someone throws out there and everyone claims it as fact. The governor's dead wrong about that. That was not Jimbo Fisher. Or that was not Woodward that gave Jimbo the big extension. Also, Alondra, I need you to do something. I need your next guaranteed paycheck.
Ooh.
Check and see if we take extra taxes out, because Governor Landry believes that us taxpayers are actually footing the bill for that $54 million buyout. I mean, we got to check.
I just don't think that's accurate, but I will look it up.
I appreciate you giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying not thinking. No, guys, taxpayers are not footing the bill for a $54 million buyout. I know what he's doing. He's a politician. No. He's trying to, kind of exaggerate things a little bit. Taxpayers are not footing the bill for Brian Kelly or any other head coach's buyout. That's not happening. I do agree with Landry, though, that why repeat a failed system? It didn't work with Brian Kelly, giving him the 10-year deal with the big buyout. And blame Woodward or not, it didn't work out for Texas A&M with Jimbo Fisher. So I do agree on that. I also appreciate he did put in there, I will not be making the hire. Do I believe that? I have no idea. But it's not Jeff Landry and it's not Scott Woodward. That's what we know for sure. So then that brings up the point, should Woodward even be allowed to make this hire? Well, it's his job to make this hire, at least for now. I imagine, the word is LSU's trying to close in on a university president very soon. I imagine Scott Woodward will be replaced at this point. I don't know how he can continue his job. I mean, the governor of the state of Louisiana came out and said, yeah, we have an athletic director, but we don't trust him as far as we can throw him. He's going to have to be out here. So I don't really see how Scott Woodward continues as a lame duck athletic director after these statements. So I imagine that's coming. That's literally just an assumption on my part. Do we worry about Scott Woodward making this hire? Full disclosure, I'd rather Woodward make the hire than Governor Landry. However, yes, I had some concerns. I feel like a lot of times in football, Scott Woodward targeted the biggest name. I'm going to make the biggest splash. Maybe didn't look for the best fit. Like everyone wants to bring up Lane Kiffin. If you want to hire Lane Kiffin, hire him because he's the best fit. Don't hire him because his name's Lane Kiffin. I think Scott Woodward's been a little guilty of that at times. Now, Woodward's taking heat for his football hires, and I get it. You're in the South. You were at A&M. You were at LSU. You're going to get blamed for the success and failure of the football program. But look at what Jay has done. I mean, the women's basketball team just won a national championship a few years ago because Scott Woodward hired Kim Mulkey. Now, how hard was it to hire her? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people could have hired Kim Mulkey, but that is a notch on Scott Woodward's belt. He gets credit for that. Then you look at Jay Johnson. That's the crown jewel. There ain't a person in Louisiana has a bad thing to say about Jay Johnson on or off the field. 2 natties in 4 seasons, and he just continues to reload. Those are 2 positives. You want to bring up a negative? LSU basketball, Matt McMahon. But I will give Scott Woodward a little bit of a pass on this for a number of reasons. And I've been critical of Scott Woodward in the past. At the time, most people liked the hire because Matt McMahon had a really good resume at Murray State. Hand up, I did. When I saw what he did at Murray State, he recruited John Moran. I was like, okay, this is a guy that could work out. Number 2, who was going to take that job? Find me a big-name coach that coached at a high level at a big-time program that was going to take that LSU job with all the uncertainty around the LSU basketball program. Can't think of one. Number 3, LSU's never really invested in basketball. Like most of the SEC schools, it's football, then basketball. Here at LSU, it's football and baseball. That's why you dominate in baseball, and your basketball program has struggled to catch up to those. But even if Matt McMahon turns it around, what's Scott Woodward always going to be known for? Scott Woodward's always going to be known for the guy that fired Will Wade, not the guy that hired Matt McMahon. It just is what it is. Will Wade was a beloved figure, had a lot of support here. So even if Matt McMahon turns this thing around, the Tigers are an NCAA tournament team this year, he's always going to be looked at more of, you got rid of Will Wade, not hiring Matt McMahon. Do I care if Scott Woodward makes this hire? Nope. Do I care if Governor Landry makes this hire? No. As a matter of fact, I'm glad he's not. I don't care who makes this hire as long as the right person gets the job. What I do care about is your governor getting on TV and embarrassing LSU. Because what has been the talk nationally? It hasn't been, oh, the LSU coaching hire just got interesting, or, oh, is Scott Woodward's job on the line? It's everybody retweeting stuff and saying, is this real? Is this actually happening in the state of Louisiana? Because now, look, I'm sure his intentions were good, Because what he brought up, it was all, I want to help people in Louisiana. I want to help LSU. I'm sure his intentions were good. But what big name head coach is going to want to take this job now? What recruit's going to want to come here not knowing who's getting hired or who's even making the hire? I just think more harm was done during this speech than good. And again, I'm sure his intentions were good. I just think it's a bad look and I can't get behind it. So who's LSU going to hire? We don't know. But what we do know, Scott Woodward will not be the one making that hire. All right, we'll step away here real quick. When we get back, we know it's not Scott Woodward. Who are some candidates that could be LSU's next head coach? We'll dive into that. Me and Alondra kind of have the same opinion on Lane Kiffin. We'll go a little bit back and forth on that as well. That's all coming up on the other side here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com, website for Pelican Roofing. Go to the top right corner, click on Community, and nominate a veteran today for that free roof giveaway that they're doing. Incredible giveaway that they're doing. They did it during Mother's Day as well. They're consistently doing things like this in the community, in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, boots on the ground in both. We always remind you about that, right? Because they are there, they are local in those communities. And, I mean, they'll support, like, so many different things within those communities. And, of course, they're going to be the best option for your roof as well. Look at the 5-star reviews on the homepage. Go there today. That is PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, like Jake said, they're boots on the ground, offices in Lafayette, offices in Baton Rouge. So when you have a project, they don't have to be driving back and forth. If you're building a new roof or you're having a roof repair, whatever it is, like, they will dedicate a project manager specifically to your job that's going to be fully focused on your roof and your roof only. So give them a call. If you have a project going, go to their website, check them out, PelicanRoof.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Welcome back in. Hour number one of a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you, and we hear the great bump music. Mia Landra over here. That's what everybody in the chat wants you to be called. Mia Wallace. Yeah, from Pulp Fiction. So
they give me so many nicknames. I can't keep up anymore.
It flows well together, though.
Mia Landra works.
I think having an A and an A, like beginning and end of your name, you can kind of add it to anything.
People are asking if I'm going to do the dance. I'm doing the dance later. I'm going to make a video.
We're excited about that. We're excited about that.
This is my favorite thing I've ever done.
It looks great.
Yeah.
And like, it's one of those things that it's like,
and this is my favorite movie, so I love it.
But at the same time, like, it works.
Yeah.
I totally should have done bald cap Bruce Willis. I didn't have time. I just didn't have time. We had to cut the grass yesterday. Laundry was a big day. Okay.
Huge.
Teased it a little bit there going into break. Want to look at some candidates right now for the LSU head coaching job, because if Scott Woodward's not making the hire, first off, if you missed the first segment, and you missed a lot yesterday, Governor Jeff Landry came out and said that Scott Woodward, current athletic director at LSU, will not be making the hire, will not be involved in the searching process for LSU's next head coach. Alondra, Florida, after Urban Meyer won those 2 national championships, they've struggled to keep coaches long-term. Let me ask you this. I may have missed it. Did Governor Ron DeSantis come out and publicly criticize Scott Strickland?
I have not seen anything of that nature, so I don't think so, but I can't say it for a fact. But I didn't see anything about it.
I don't think. What about Pennsylvania? Did their governor come out and criticize them for the James Franklin buyout?
Don't think so.
Okay. So it's just us. Okay, cool. Great. Awesome. We were talking about Lane Kiffin a little bit last segment, and I like Lane. I think that Lane has grown up a lot more these past 4 years. Like if this was 4 years ago, no. I'm glad LSU didn't hire him. I don't think he was ready for the LSU job 4 years ago. This year, maybe a little bit of a different story. But I just feel like there's so many people out there that are Lane Kiffin or bust. I want Lane Kiffin. I've locked in on this guy. If we don't get him, I'm going to be pissed. I don't think that's the right way to look at anything. Is Lane Kiffin a good coach? Yeah, he's a good coach. Are there other good coaches out there? Yeah, there's a lot of good candidates. We'll talk about some in here in just a second. But there are so many people out there, when you fall in love with a candidate, when you fall in love with a quarterback, a player, anything, it is very easy to only see the positive and kind of block out the negative. Alondra mentioned this the other day. Like, she didn't really want Lane Kiffin as the head coach. Now, my stances have been a little bit more neutral, but also, is Lane Kiffin worth the money it's going to take to get him here? I don't know. I'll ask you first, Alondra. Biggest concern with Lane Kiffin, what is it?
Well, first, I just want to say, I don't think that you can ever really truly know if a coach is going to work out or not until they're actually in the building. So it's kind of hard to speculate. But my biggest thing with Lane Kiffin is the same thing that everybody says about Brian Kelly, about James Franklin, about, the typical ones where you're like, they haven't won anything. And I get that he's been there for 6 years now? 6, 7 years?
So he's been there
since 19, right? Or
yeah, I think
yeah. So whatever, and then he hasn't. I get he has them going right now, and he's built a good culture. I don't see Lane wanting to leave what he's built at Ole Miss unless you're going to pay him a contract like you paid Brian Kelly or Jimbo Fisher, or maybe even a little less than what you paid them. But I just don't know if it's worth the money. And I said, this is in my wildest dreams, and I wouldn't even say particularly a dream, but I think he's a good coach, is Steve Sarkisian, and people lost their minds about that, but are over here suggesting Lane Kiffin when I feel like Sark turned that Texas program around 2 years.
Sark made the playoff last year.
Won the conference he made back-to-back playoffs. Yeah. Won the conference championship. Now it was the Big 12, but he still did, and I just think that there's a better argument for other coaches than there is for Lane Kiffin.
Again, I think Lane's matured a lot as a coach, but on Saturday, I understand it was a win. So some of the decisions really confused me. He goes for it on 4th down in his own territory, up early in the game. Oklahoma gets a big 4th down stop. They go down the field, score. That's giving up points to your opponent. Trinidad Chambliss has been excellent, and credit to Lane Kiffin for putting him in a position to succeed. Nobody saw that coming from Chambliss. But at the same time, you pulled him out 2 different times and put in Austin Simmons, who he's already beaten out inside the 10-yard line. You don't score a touchdown either time. I mean, that's potentially a double-digit swing in that game. Yes, they won the game. And look, I like Lane Kiffin. If LSU hired Lane Kiffin, would I be mad? Absolutely not. I think Lane Kiffin's a good coach. But there are so many people out there, and I understand every coach you're going to hire, any one of them has some sort of flaw. But there are a lot of people out there that are like, Lane Kiffin's a perfect hire. He's a slam dunk. There's no such thing as a sure thing in coaching hires or anywhere else in life. I like Lane Kiffin. There's some other options out there. But we just listened to the Jeff Landry soundbite last segment, and he was talking about, I don't want Scott Woodward making this hire because I don't want to give a huge 10-year deal with guaranteed money. Well, I got news for you. That's probably what it's going to take to get Lane Kiffin here. So I'm not sure Lane Kiffin's going to be the LSU coach. For better or worse, maybe it's a good decision, maybe it's not. It doesn't look like it's going to be him. There's a lot of good candidates out there. Like if you asked me, what do you look for in a candidate? I want a younger guy who could relate to the players, a fiery coach, somebody who's hard-nosed, somebody who has a physical football team, somebody I know is going to come in here and work his ass off, and someone who's had success at the power level. That's what I want. There's a lot of names that fit that bill. Like first name up, and he was the guy I think I brought up on Monday about like who I wanted as my head coach, Brent Key from Georgia Tech. He's been there 4 years. No, like his first year he was 4-4. But that program was a mess when he took over. Since then, 7-6, 7-6. This year he's 8-0, and barring some sort of insane collapse, he's probably going to go to the college football playoff. And his team is ready to play every single week. It's been one of my biggest criticisms of Brian Kelly, especially in the opening games. I take Clemson out of it, but, I mean, going back to that game, Clemson wasn't really a good team looking back on it. But it just seemed like every year until this past season, opening game, LSU was the less physical team and the less prepared team. I can handle losing a game because most of those teams you lost to in the opener were pretty good teams. I can handle losing a football game. What I can't handle is doing the same thing over and over and over again in big games, looking like the less prepared team, looking like the less physical team. Two things I can tell you about Brent Key. His teams are prepared, and they're physical as hell. The issue is he's probably going to go to the college football playoff, and he's at his alma mater. When do you want to hire a coach? In a perfect world, just for me, I want a coach by early signing period. That's December 3rd. You don't necessarily have to do that, but in a perfect world, that is what I would want. Brent Key's not going to leave in a playoff run. He's dang sure not going to leave his alma mater out to dry during a playoff run. A lot of people have brought up the name John Summerall. Love Summerall. He has a chance to get to the college football playoff. Like it or not, though, there are people in this state and affiliated with LSU that are going to turn their nose up at that and say, you can't hire the Tulane football coach. It happened back in 2022, right before you hired Brian Kelly. Billy Napier was a hot name out there. Now, would Napier have worked out? I don't know, because he didn't work out at Florida. Was that more on Napier, or was that more on Florida's athletic program that I don't think is as good as most people make it out to be? But either way, he was not brought in for an interview. He was not really considered a serious candidate, and most of the pushback was, you can't hire the ULL coach. Billy Napier may not be a good coach, but the argument was never he's not a good coach. The argument was he coaches at ULL. John Summerall at Tulane, I think you're going to get something similar there. Like, look, credit to Summerall. A lot of people have said, okay, well, he just kind of maintained what Willie Fritz brought there. I understand that a little bit, but he was 12-2 and 11-2 his 2 seasons at Troy. So you could say Willie Fritz built up that program, but John Summerall's done it in 2 different stops. He lost 4 games in 2 years at Troy. He's been at Tulane. This is his 2nd year. He was 9-5 a year ago. He's 6-1, and he's got them possibly battling for a college football playoff appearance. There's a lot of people out there that are going to turn their nose up at that because of the fact that he coaches at Tulane. Should you do that? No. Will it be taken into consideration? Probably. Now, Ryan Silverfield at Memphis is out there. But does he suffer from the same thing John Summerall does of maybe it's not a big enough program? You look at Ryan Silverfield and what he's done at Memphis. There's a reason Virginia Tech is interested in him. There's a reason a number of other programs are interested in him. He's 49-21 in 6 years at Memphis, has never had a losing season, and is 4-0 in bowl games. And right now he's 7-1. That's a heck of a football coach. He's a young guy. He's a fiery guy. He did a great job in the transfer portal. We talked about it when we were ranking our preseason OTB top 25 we put the Memphis Tigers in there, and rightfully so. They did a great job in the portal. So that's a guy can attack it. But does he suffer from the same thing that Summerall does? There's two names I want to look at. One of which is a name that gets brought up a lot. It's Kenny Dillingham. Because, again, if I'm putting together in a perfect world what I want from my coach, a younger guy that can relate to the players, a passionate guy, a guy that's going to work hard, a guy that has a physical football team, and in a perfect world, somebody that could sign by December 3rd and be here for early signing period. Kenny Dillingham checks all those boxes because right now, barring something unforeseen, they are not going to be in the college football playoff over there at Arizona State. Made it last year, almost beat Texas, probably should have beat Texas. Now, if you want to criticize him, you can go look and say, yeah, he's only been there for 3 years. He popped last year, kind of came back down to earth a little bit this year. Two things. One, they lost a ton of guys from that team. Two, in two of their 3 losses this year, Sam Levitt was not fully healthy. One, he played hurt. One, he didn't play at all. So 2 of your 3 losses, you were basically without your starting quarterback. That's a tough recipe for success for anyone. Look, 3-9 his first season, but Herm Edwards left that program in shambles. Last year, 11-3. This year, 5-3, but again, quarterback in and out of the lineup. Kenny Dillingham's a guy I like, and you can get him before early signing period. And look, that's just my preference. Don't say, why do we have to have a guy before early signing period? You don't. That's just my personal preference. If you want to wait for your guy because you think he's the right hire, fine, I'm good with it. You just better land the guy you're waiting on. But also Matt Campbell is a name that I don't think gets brought up enough. 45 years old. Matt Campbell has been a head coach in college for 15 years between Toledo and Iowa State. He has 2 losing seasons in 15 years. He just won 11 games last year. The only time in Iowa State history that program has won 11 games. And they were rolling the first 4 weeks of the season. They lost their 2 starting corners. They're now 5-3, but they're still a scrappy football team. They're obviously not going to make the college football playoff either. There are names out there to look at. Like, Alondra, before we go to break, you mentioned your concerns with Kiffin. And obviously it doesn't look like it's going to be Lanning or Kiffin because they don't want to pay the big money. That came straight from Governor Landry. Who do you like?
I don't have somebody that I'm like, this is who I want to be the next head coach at LSU. Like, the ones that I do want, I feel like either wouldn't come here because they're at the school that they, like Brent Key. I love Brent Key. I'm not sure he's going to leave his alma mater. Same thing with Kenny Dillingham. I don't know. I think I like him. I think he's good. I just don't know if that he would leave Arizona State. I really don't have like an answer for you as to who I would want to be, because I just, with who's out there, it's hard for me to choose on one. But if I had to say, Brent Key is the one that I would like.
That's the guy. Like, if I'm in charge of this search, and who knows,
I mean,
maybe
look
I
at
am.
the Texas Hainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Like, he is a dog. He's
The
physical,
team's
like
physical
you said.
every
Yeah,
week.
and
They're always ready to play.
Yeah.
It's something LSU's lacked the last 4 years. You're not a physical team. You're not ready to play. Look, there is a lot of good candidates out there. So I've seen a lot of people freak out and say, we're not going to get a big name. Jeff Landry doesn't want to give a 10-year deal. He doesn't want to give out a big contract. Guys, just because a coach is not a quote-unquote big name does not mean they're not a good coach. Les Miles wasn't a huge name. Nick Saban wasn't a huge name. Hell, Ed Orgeron was your interim head coach. At best, your third option because you struck out on Jimbo Fisher and Tom Herman. And he worked out better than both of those guys and brought you a national championship. Hand up, I didn't want Ed Orgeron as the coach. I thought you were better than to hire your interim coach. But you know what? It worked out. Sometimes the best fit doesn't always have to be the big name.
Real quick, someone that Matt has brought up a lot that I actually would be a fan of too, just had a big upset win over Miami. Jeff Brom over at Louisville. I like that one too. But
Again,
yeah.
Alma mater. Like,
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So
probably it's like dumb for me not to know.
No.
Like,
But I mean, he's not going to go to the playoff.
Yeah.
Like a Brent Key, so he's more gettable. When I look at Dillingham went to Arizona State. He did not play at Arizona State. Maybe that matters a little bit more. Now, I will say this. If you offer Brent Key, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham the job, and they don't want to leave where they're at to come to LSU and potentially win a national championship, then you have your answer because they're not the right guy for the job anyways. If they don't want to come here and they're not ready to come here and try to win a national championship, then they weren't right anyways. Move on. Because that gives you your answer right there on, is this person fit to be the head coach? No. Because no offense to those schools, if you can't decide between Louisville and LSU, you're not ready to be LSU's head coach. Same can go for Arizona State. Same can go for Georgia Tech. So your answer's there. Everybody relax. Be calm. There's a lot of good candidates out there. Am I confident they're going to hire the right one? After Jeff Landry's comments, I don't know. It would be a lot easier if we actually knew who was making this hire. Unfortunately, we do not. Just be patient. We'll see where the chips fall. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. When we get back, our guy Chris Marlar on Monday put out his Week 10 SEC Power Rankings. We're looking at it, and Marlar being a Bama guy, I'm surprised he didn't do this. I got a disagreement with our guy. We'll get into it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyofbatonrouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, everything's always available for you. And if you want to go check out what they have on the lot, it's going to be something that's going to meet your needs. Multiple midsize SUVs, multiple trucks, van, sedan, hybrid, you name it, they've got it. And they have it in everything that they do. Buying new, leasing, renting, per day rental prices as well. So if you've got a trip coming up for the holidays and you want to get ahead of it, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, whatever it might be, and you want to maybe save miles on your vehicle, or maybe you need something bigger, maybe you want something smaller, whatever it might be, allstartoyofbatonrouge.com.
Yeah, you ever given one of those gifts? You seen it on the commercials with that big old red bow on the hood of a car?
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty nice little Christmas gift. Think about it. Think about it. Maybe go check it out. Maybe go talk to them about it over there at All Star Toyota of Baton Rouge on Airline near Goodwood. Go check them out. Go to their website. See everything that they got on the lot right there. All Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and First American Bank and Trust bring you the Heart of the Game Award, recognizing student athletes who deliver when it counts. Nominate your game day standout at 1045ESPN.com by the 21st. We'll choose 5 male and 5 female finalists, and then it's up to the fans to vote for the winners. Each winner gets a $250 gift card, a custom award, and the spotlight they've earned. Presented by First American Bank and Trust, a banking tradition since 1910.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life. Start your journey today.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium.
Bleeding, and you got to worry about that. It does protect you in that scenario. And then possibly something that you can
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Welcome back in hour number one here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Taylor Sharp here with you alongside Alondra Villarreal. Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn will be back in the 8 o'clock hour, so they'll be here for the last 2 hours of the show. But we are hanging out here with you. Got about 20 or so minutes until the boys join us back in the studio. Our own Chris Marler at LouisianaSports.net put out his Week 10 SEC Power Rankings. A lot to like there. Like, he puts LSU at 10. Love you, Chris. That might be a little bit too generous. Obviously, Kentucky's at the bottom because, well, Kentucky sucks. But I want to talk about the teams at the top. His top four: Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Alabama, Texas A&M. No problems there. That's clearly the top four. Texas A&M should not be over Alabama. And Chris is an Alabama fan, so I'm a little surprised he did this. Look, Texas A&M is a good team. I am not going to be one of those fans that's going to come in and try to discredit them and say, my team didn't do anything wrong, but your team's not better than us. No, they came out and beat the crap out of LSU in the second half. They've done it 2 years in a row. That's a good football team. We talked about it a little bit going into that game. Their lack of playing in the big games. Now, they beat Notre Dame early in the year, but outside of that, their schedule's been a little light, and it'll continue that way down the stretch. Unfortunately, I think the Alabama Crimson Tide are the best team in the SEC, and I got to be honest right now, it's not close for me. Alabama's beaten 4 ranked SEC teams: Georgia, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Missouri. Those teams are a combined 25-2 against teams not named Alabama. The only 2 losses: Tennessee lost straight up to Georgia, Missouri lost straight up to Vanderbilt. I mean, what are we doing here? This team is dominant. Coming into the year, what did we say? Well, they're going to struggle at quarterback because Ty Simpson's never done it. Ty Simpson looks like potentially the best quarterback in the country. Oh, they don't have any weapons outside of Ryan Williams. I got news for you guys. Ryan Williams, not the best receiver on this Alabama team, at least not this year. It's Jeremy Bernard. If you haven't watched Alabama a ton, get used to the name. He's number 5. They line him up in a number of spots. He can do just about anything on that team. He is a weapon, a big-time weapon. You got Jam Miller in the backfield, but even when Jam Miller went down with an injury, your number 2, your number 3, they stepped up against a good Vanderbilt team, against a good Missouri team, and they gave you some tough yards because they have a good offensive line. Players on defense. Pierre's had a really good year. Justin Jefferson, not that Justin Jefferson, different one. He's having a really good season over there at linebacker. Unfortunately, I don't think Alabama's going anywhere. Look, hand up, coming into the year, I thought they were. Hell, when it was my turn to rank during the OTB top 25, I put Alabama at 12. And I was like, I don't know, this is probably right. They're probably the 4th or 5th best team in the SEC. No, they're the best team in the SEC until proven otherwise. I understand they have a loss on their record and Texas A&M doesn't. That is not the same Alabama team that played Florida State. I don't know what happened in that game. Maybe Alabama didn't take it serious. Florida State did. Those two teams have trended in completely different directions since Florida State won that game and Alabama lost it. I think Alabama is the best team in the SEC. You know, I talked about it a little bit going into that A&M game. Marcel Reed had kind of struggled against quote-unquote good defenses. I mean, on the year, he's 61%, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. Decent numbers. But when you keep Marcel Reed in the pocket, he struggles to throw the football downfield. He actually struggled to throw the football downfield against LSU when they kept him in the pocket. But for better or worse, Blake Baker's always going to be aggressive on defense. You blitz him, he gets outside the pocket, he takes off and runs. He's done it 2 years in a row now. But if you leave Marcel Reed in the pocket and force him to throw the football, Notre Dame did this. He completed 49% of his passes. Now, give him credit. He made the big-time throws at the end of the game to win the game. But play in and play out, he struggles with his accuracy from inside the pocket. Ty Simpson, on the other hand, does not. First off, he runs a little bit better. Actually, a lot better than people give him credit for. But also, almost 80% completion this year, 67.8, 20 touchdowns, just 1 interception. There's not a more efficient quarterback in the SEC right now than Ty Simpson. And he's got weapons. I mentioned Jeremy Bernard. We know about Ryan Williams. Isaiah Horton did a really good job getting him out of the transfer portal. He's been a big-time player for him. This Alabama offense, unfortunately, has a lot of weapons. They have a really good quarterback, and they're going to be a tough out. Now, look, we're going to break down Bama a little bit more obviously next week, as next week is LSU Alabama week. But when I look at this team, I see a complete football team right now. That can obviously change. There's ebbs and flows in every football season. I mean, how many people were laughing at Alabama week 1 after losing to Florida State? I get it. But that's not the same Alabama team that lost to Florida State. Alondra, best team in the SEC. Who you got?
So
I can go either way on it.
this just like really pains me to say this because we all know I'm like number one Aggie hater.
Well, I thought you grew up a Texas A&M fan.
For sure. I can see what you mean with Alabama, and I do think that Ty Simpson is probably, I mean, there's a Theismann campaign out there going on right now, and he's certainly at the top of the Heisman running right now, but I'm going to have to say Texas A&M just off of the strength of record, strength of schedule. I know they have a really easy one coming up, but I feel like the teams that they needed to dominate, aside from maybe Arkansas, they dominated them. And I just don't feel the same for Bama except for the Tennessee game maybe. And I can't think of another one where I was like, okay, like they are completely over here taking over this field, doing this. But I'm with you. I can go either way on the two, but I just think it's Texas A&M up to this point.
Look, I can go either way.
Yeah.
That Alabama-Georgia game, that was a little telling for me. They handled Georgia. That game was not as close as the score showed, but look, we're going to see this Alabama team.
Wait, which one? Alabama, Georgia?
Alabama, Georgia. Yeah. We're going to see this Alabama team up close. Okay, let me ask you this before we get a break.
Oh, God.
Does LSU get the interim bump next week? Early prediction, do they get the interim bump?
I'm going to be positive and say yes.
Okay. I'm going to say yes.
Because also, our guys are out there.
They are.
Matt and Jake are out there. I already know they're pumping them up.
Depends on if it's a good word day for Flynn or not. It could help or hurt him. We'll find out. Jake will be fine. Our guy Matt, we worry about him at times.
The words.
Do they get the interim bump? Yeah, they'll play inspired. They'll be physical.
Yeah.
Do they win the game?
I mean, after that Pearl Harbor speech that Frank Wilson gave the other day, how can you not be
also perfect siren sound? Like, okay, Frank.
Yeah, he really did.
Teach me that.
He
bud.
really did have a good siren.
Like, I'm not on the team. I don't care if you teach me X's and O's. Teach me the siren sound. I want it. All right, look, we're going to take a quick time out. When we get back, we'll wrap up hour number 1 as we await the return of Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn to the studio. A big name in the coaching circles has thrown his name into the ring for the LSU head coaching job. We'll break it down next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com, and when you go to the website, you can sign up for residential, commercial service. You also can check out the different size roll-off dumpsters that we tell you about all the time. And if you're not quite sure what your project needs, which size your project needs, give them a call, 225-612-2477. Have that conversation with them. Tell them what you got going on, and they're going to make sure you have the right size every time. And, again, you can do all that on the website as well as far as signing up for their services. Check out the area that they do actually service as well, trashrangers.com.
That's right. I'm seeing these red roll-off dumpsters all over the place right now, everywhere. So if you got a project, if you have something happening, you start getting out those Christmas decorations. You start seeing things in the attic that you might not need anymore. If you need to do a little cleaning, lighten the load a little bit in the attic, man, give them a call. They have 3 different sizes of roll-off dumpsters right there to choose from. So Trash Rangers, reliable waste sanitation services in South Louisiana, trashrangers.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life. Start your journey today.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
These luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builder School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
Welcome back in, Off the Bench. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Taylor Sharp and Alondra Villarreal. Doing hour number one from the producer chairs. We really can do it all. I mean, if you ever want to know who the backbone of the show is, it's not those two slappies that sit up there. It's us back here. We are managing just fine without those guys. But in all seriousness, I saw somebody earlier ask where they were. They're going to speak to the LSU football team this morning. They had to do that. I think that's important enough to miss this show. I think this is a very pivotal time for this LSU football program. So shout out to those guys for going to do that. They'll be back at 8 o'clock, supposedly. We'll see. Okay.
I don't know. It's getting mighty close to 8, and we haven't heard from them.
Odds of them coming back at 8 o'clock. What you got? I think it's
plus
low.
150.
Right, because I asked yesterday, after Jake was like, hey, we're going to be back at 7, my first response was,
are you dressing up?
Are we still dressing up? Because you guys aren't going to be dressed up at LSU.
Can you imagine?
Like, you're not going to be speaking to the team dressed like a skeleton. And then Flynn goes, no, we'll do a quick change. So not only do they have to leave LSU, they have to get over here, do a quick change, then be back for 8 o'clock. It's 7:53. Guys, I don't see it happening.
Nah.
I do not see it happening. A couple other things I don't see happening. Alondra, a big name was thrown out there.
Who?
Put his hat in the ring.
Oh, God.
National championship head coach,
yeah.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Could I interest you in some Ed Orgeron?
Maybe in like an analyst role or recruiting, or maybe, you know what? Strength and conditioning. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But as a head coach, I'm good.
You know what's weird?
We did that experiment. Think I'm good on it.
Right, and it ran its course. Like, thanks for Edo. He brought us a national championship.
Do we forget how it all went down
Right.
at the end? Like, I feel like with him and Tommy Moffitt, who I love, and I think he's doing a great job at Texas A&M, I think we're doing a little bit of revisionist history with both of those. Yeah.
No, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Look, I know
I
Jake,
love Tommy,
Matt,
by the way.
Everybody that played for Tommy Moffitt said that's his favorite coach. Thought he got a little stale here. Not necessarily bad, but I mean, I thought he got a little stale here.
I mean, he went through a health thing, so I get it.
Right,
but like,
100%. And
he
then,
found his spark at A&M, and it's back. And I would love, if he wants to come here, I would love that.
and
But
then the coaching
we're kind
staff.
of forgetting a little bit.
Right. And it wasn't just him. Like, Orgeron didn't have a spark. Like, nobody on that staff did. And you could say, okay, well, look at what of a big mistake it is. Look, he rejuvenated himself at Texas A&M. Sometimes it takes a change of scenery. And you can argue, oh, LSU sucks, Jake Flint's not the guy. Just because Jake Flint's not the guy doesn't mean that it didn't get a little stale here with Tommy Moffitt. And I love Tommy Moffitt. I think he's great. I'd welcome him back. Sometimes it takes a little bit of separation. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a change of scenery to do something right. Having said that, I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass on the Ed Orgeron. All right, guys, that's going to do it for hour number 1. Coming up in hour number 2, well, Jake and Matt scheduled to be back in studio. We may dive into this Ed Orgeron a little bit more if they're not back at 8 o'clock. I do have a lot more thoughts on that. We're going to have Big Deal or No Big Deal at 9 a.m., our Munchies segment at 9:15. Then we'll close it out. They'll be back at some point. Stay tuned. This is Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Welcome back in. Hour number 2 here on a Thursday edition of Off the Bench. Guys, we got us an update. We left the studio for hour number 1, sent a text saying, I sent him a "you up" text. I said, guys, we here? The response I got was, we're on the way, we're hurrying. I think they're in the hallway right now, changing into their Halloween costume. It's not them. Okay, never mind. We heard rumbling. There was a disturbance in the hallway. Alondra went to go check it out. I was too scared. I sent her to go do it. But look, we are rocking and rolling here in hour number 2. If you're just tuned in on YouTube, it's Halloween dress-up day here on Off the Bench because Jake and Matt obviously on remote every Friday at Rouse's. I'm Jason. Here's the mask. Maybe during the Munchies segment, I'll put it on when we're not talking so much.
Someone was wondering if that's real or fake blood on your shirt.
Why would I give that information out? Why would I? No, it's fake blood.
I'm just asking what the people want to know.
Did I already have it at home? Yes. I did not have to go buy anything that I have on today. I already had fake blood. Why did I have fake blood? Well, I love Halloween, and we dress up every year for my family's Halloween party. Also, guys, they were lacking this year. First, you'll love this, Alondra.
Wait, real quick, because I just thought of it. It was funny. I walked out there, and it was Taylor Reyna, who works in sales, and then Cade Wazan, who I'm sure y'all know who Cade is. I walk out there, and they're, talking, and I just peeked out, and they looked at me like, what? I was like, I'm in my Halloween costume. I don't know.
It's better than them looking at you and oh, that's totally normal.
Yeah.
And just go back to it.
She does this.
So, for Halloween, we by far had the best costume, but in our credit, we put the most effort into it. Sister sends us a text a week before. She was in New York.
Huh?
Guys, we didn't dress up this year. I'm like, jeez. Yeah. Okay. My parents had.
She told me she wasn't going to dress up.
No, and that was true, by the way.
Yeah.
She did not. And my parents had a great costume. It was, my dad was Bill Belichick.
Oh,
sleeveless hoodie.
And your mom was Jordan?
My mom was Jordan.
That's awesome.
Here's the problem. My dad had to work late that night.
Oh, so your mom was just Jordan.
My mom showed up dressed as Jordan with no Bill Belichick. Oh. So she just had a black wig on and a sparkly dress. She's like, Bill Belichick was supposed to be here, but he's not. It was objectively really funny. But
I love that.
Yeah, didn't go quite according to plan. But no, we did great. We had the.
I'm disappointed in the Sharp family.
This year's a little bit rough. My sister just got back from vacay.
Yeah.
Dad found out he had to. Well, in fairness, we moved the party. So it was supposed to be this Friday night on Halloween. We moved it to Sunday. So his work schedule got kind of screwed up. He wasn't sure when he was supposed to be off. My sister had just gotten back in from vacation 4 days before. So, I get it. I had to get painted for about an hour and a half. It took about an hour and a half to get done. But look, today, Jason over here, we got Mia Wallace or Mina Kime. I haven't figured out which one she is. I think it's Mia Wallace because she is playing a lot of Pulp Fiction. Okay. I was confused when the show started. You showed up, and I was like, are you Mina Kime from ESPN? And you were like, no, I'm Mia Wallace. Makes a lot more sense. Yeah, makes a lot more sense. So, Alondra over here, Mia Wallace. It would have been great if we all could have done the same theme, but honestly, when they say pat the chest, that's on us. We kind of put it off. Alondra actually reminded us on Tuesday, yo, we doing this or not?
I reminded y'all a handful of times.
Well, the final reminder Tuesday, and at that point we were like, oh, it's Tuesday.
Right.
And then with them having to go miss the first hour of the show, What do we think they are?
I feel like they're still at the facility. They said they're on their way, but I think they're
what do we think they are? Like, are they showing up?
I don't know.
I got a feeling one of them's not going to be dressed up,
It's
unfortunately.
probably going to be Matt.
Yeah. Yesterday, like, Jake was all about it. Yesterday, Matt's like, I'll throw something together. We'll do a quick change. I was like, we'll see. Or Matt will be like something that just requires everyday clothes. He'll be like, no, I'm this. We'll see. Okay. Before we went to break to end hour number 1 there, we mentioned that a big-time name in the world of college football has thrown his name into the ring to become LSU's next head coach, and it is former LSU National Championship head coach Ed Orgeron. He joined Unsportsmanlike on ESPN radio yesterday morning. Actually comes on right before us. Actually, pretty good show. I listen to it every morning. He joined the show, to talk about the world of college football. Obviously, the LSU head coaching opening was brought up, and he was asked point blank, would you ever consider returning to LSU? Orgeron's response, I'd love to. Are you kidding me? I'm only one phone call away. I just got to get in my truck, and I'd be there today. There was a little bit of back and forth, and then Evan Cohen, one of the hosts of the show, added, okay, we'll take head coach out of the equation. Would you ever consider coming back being an assistant? He said, yeah, I'd consider it. I still love LSU, still love my house in Baton Rouge, loved working with Coach Miles, being the D-line coach. He said, I want to get back into coaching, so for sure I'd consider it, no doubt. Okay. Ed Orgeron is not going to be the head coach of LSU. That's not happening. I know that, the story kind of caught fire yesterday. Not happening. Appreciate what you did, Ed. Thanks, but no thanks. But to take it a step further, I don't know if I want him here as an assistant coach, not because I don't think he's a good D-line coach. What coach that you hire is going to want to have Ed Orgeron on their staff? And take the name Ed Orgeron out of it. What coach that gets hired is going to want to bring in a coach that was a head coach and won a national championship at this very school and have that on your weight on your shoulders, have that breathing down your neck? Anytime you lose a game, hey, are they going to fire him and Ed Orgeron going to become the interim head coach again? Who's going to want to do that? So, I appreciate it. I appreciate his passion for LSU. I don't see a world where any coach that gets hired hires Ed Orgeron as an assistant. I just don't see it happening. And look, I see people in the chat mention it, and Lane Kiffin's name was brought up. Lane might. I don't think it's a good idea. Look, Ed Orgeron was the perfect coach for LSU at that particular time. It ran its course. So let's say Lane does. I don't know if he is the right fit for LSU anymore. I appreciate the passion. I know there's a lot of people here that still support him. Remember, it was a little messy towards the end of his tenure here as the LSU head coach. I don't know if you want to bring that back. I don't know if you can bring that back. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to Ed Orgeron. Again, appreciate the passion. Alondra, not as head coach. I know you mentioned strength and conditioning. Any way a head coach that gets hired brings back Ed Orgeron?
I can see it happening in some sort of role. Not like a huge one, but maybe in recruiting or an analyst. Yeah, I can see it, or at least somebody reaching out.
Yeah. I don't know if they will, though. I mean, that is a, national championship coach at that school. I don't know. I mean, look, Ed's a great position coach. He's a great D-line coach. He's a great recruiter. I think he'd be a great analyst. I just don't know if the coach will do it or if they should do it. There's a possibility. I'm just not sure. But, look, it's one of those things that his name's going to keep getting brought up. And not just at LSU. I mean, he's been linked to the Oregon State job. I think that's a great spot for Edo. I mean, that program right now was winless when they fired their head coach. Orgeron's proven that he's a good interim, and he can get in there and maybe turn things around quickly, at least establish an aggressive culture. That's one thing about Ed Orgeron, right? Some people will say, oh, he got complacent after the national championship. Maybe. His teams were always physical. Always physical. Even when he was losing all those games his last 2 years here at LSU, his teams were always physical. They never got beat up. They never got punched in the mouth. So, a team like Oregon State, yes, you could use that. I think a team like Virginia Tech would be great for Ed Orgeron. I know, there's been mention of Jimbo Fisher because he's from West Virginia, and Ryan Silverfield's name has been brought up for Virginia Tech as well, but I know Orgeron fits there. I don't know if LSU is the right spot for him anymore. I think he would do well here. I just don't know if it would happen. Would I welcome it? I don't know. But I just don't know if that happens. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll try to stay on time a little bit better this hour. We'll take an early break, see if Jake and Matt are back on the other side. If not, we're talking New Orleans Saints. Look, trade season's coming up. The deadline's approaching. Everyone's wondered, are the Saints buyers or sellers coming up in the trade deadline? Some say they're sellers, and a really interesting name has been brought up because I don't know how big of a trade market he has anymore in New Orleans. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and on the other side, we're talking New Orleans Saints next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, website for Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, and see what they can do for you. And also go to GoBearded.com. That is the competition, the beard and mustache competition that Tommy's putting on. And remember, all the proceeds go to CAA here in Baton Rouge. And so a very cool event that they've been doing over the last couple of years in different categories. You're going to have a mustache category. You're going to have different beard length categories. Chops.
No.
Figured out what
Mustaches?
that was. Yeah. I think we should have a soul patch category. Hadn't had that yet. We'll see if we can get that. We'll see if we can get that next year. But go to GoBearded.com and always go to GoTommies, GEAUX, Tommies.com.
That's right, Tommy's Windows, Sidings, Doors. If you have a project, give them a call. Give them an opportunity to tell you what they can do for you. Give them a price. They have been the Angie's List Super Service Award winner since 2016, every single year. Award winner, hanging banners, the best in the business. GoTommies.com.
Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is Supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
God, Pulp Fiction had such a good soundtrack. We're listening to Pulp Fiction music in honor of our own Alondra Villarreal, dressed as Mia Wallace this morning. I went very less tasteful and did Jason. I have blood all over my shirt. Some were asking if it's real blood. I'm not giving that information away. In the chat, someone asked if the coach of Little Giants is available. Danny O'Shea would crush it in Baton Rouge. Okay, you want to talk about getting the most out of your players? Danny O'Shea pulled the upset against the Cowboys, exactly what this team needs. And there's, look, obviously still some Ed Orgeron discussion going on. Look, this is kind of where I ultimately land on Ed Orgeron. You paid Ed Orgeron $17 million not to coach your football team. I don't see him coming back to coach your team. Unless Scott Woodward's gone, which, if you caught the opening of our show, he very well may be by the time this next week rolls around. But right now, I want to look at the New Orleans Saints a little bit because the trade deadline's coming up in the NFL, and some names of guys on the Saints roster has been thrown out there of possible trade candidates. Look, Pete Werner's name comes up, Alontae Taylor, Carl Granderson. I get it. All those guys have trade value right now. There's not very many guys on the team that do have a lot of trade value. I think those three do. But ESPN's Jeremy Fowler yesterday says, teams I've spoken to are under the impression that Saints guard Cesar Ruiz might be available at the right price. What is the right price for Cesar Ruiz? What is his trade value at this point? This is a guy that you spent a first-round pick on. And this was never going to work because you drafted a guy who played center at Michigan after you had a really good center in Eric McCoy and said, we're immediately going to move Cesar Ruiz to guard. Literally was never a fit from the time you drafted him. But what is Cesar Ruiz's trade value, and what do you realistically think you're going to get in return? Like, trying to get anything close to the draft capital you use on Cesar Ruiz is delusional. I mean, what would you realistically spend on Cesar Ruiz hoping to get back some draft capital? Like, that'd be like, Alondra, if I give you this stick of gum, will you trade me your cell phone?
No.
It's a good stick of gum, though. We spent a lot of money on this stick of gum.
For the cell phone.
No, we spent a lot of money on this stick of gum, though. And I want my value back. Can I have your phone?
No, sorry.
Okay, well, that's like...
It lost its value.
It lost its value. Yeah, it's pre-chewed. The gum's already been chewed up and spit out. What are you going to get for Cesar Ruiz? I mean, if I'm a GM, I don't even know if I would entertain that offer. Maybe a 6th-round pick. Maybe I'd offer a 6 for him. See if I can get something out of him. And that's if I'm a team that needs a rotational piece. I'm not trading for Cesar Ruiz hoping he can be a starter on my offensive line because he hasn't proven that he can. Listened to the AFR a little bit yesterday, and Matt brought up the PFF number. And it's shocking. Cesar Ruiz's PFF grade is 79th among guards, not offensive linemen, guards. I'm not a math whiz, but there's only 64 starting guards in the NFL. That means you got about 14, 15 backups that are better than the starting left guard over there in New Orleans. I don't understand who would trade for Cesar Ruiz. And again, it says at the right price, but you're saving a small number on your... At this point, like, let Cesar Ruiz's contract run out and just move on from him. You're never going to recoup any of the draft capital you got. You're only going to save yourself a little bit of money by trading him. If you want to make trades and finally get into full rebuild mode, I'm good with that. But it's not Cesar Ruiz. Carl Granderson, I think he's tradable. As much as it pains me to say, Chase Young, you could trade him. I don't know if you'd want to because he's been so good for you, but you got to look at guys that have draft capital. I mean, we had Nick on Tuesday, and he was like, I think Alvin Kamara has played his way out of being traded because he hasn't been good lately. Part of the reason, well, he's running behind an offensive line that Cesar Ruiz is a starter on. I mean, you have Fuaga and Banks. I doubt you move on from any of them. Fuaga in his second year, Banks a rookie, both first-round picks. You're keeping those guys. We've talked about Chris Olave, who I think as a number 2, the problem is with Chris Olave, he's the number 1 receiver on your team, but he's a number 2. Rashid Shaheed, I think, is a 3. I think Rashid Shaheed is a slot guy who could take the top off of defenses, and he's your 2. Everybody's having to play up, and they just haven't shown the capability of doing that consistently. Guys, we got an update. We got us an update. Not 1, but 2 new gentlemen just walked in the studio. We got Mr. Jacob Hester and Mr. Matt Flynn dressed up. We'll let them explain to you what they are. But fellas, welcome back.
Yo!
Yo!
Hey, what's up? How we doing? How we living? What segment we in, guys?
I was just talking about
the second.
Jeremy Fowler said that Cesar Ruiz could be traded, and my point is no one can trade for Cesar Ruiz. Who the hell would trade for Cesar Ruiz?
He's going to give an asset for old Caesar. Yeah, I don't see that one happening.
Maybe a super late round pick, but
Yeah, super.
What's
like
the
12th round? Go
yeah.
back to the old days.
right.
What's the movie the Flint Tropics semi-pro?
Oh, yeah.
They-
For
I
a
think-
washing machine.
I think he got traded for a washing machine.
We really
Yeah.
needed that washing machine.
They really did.
They did really need it.
What's up, people? Glad to be back.
I need to know who y'all are.
We appreciate. I'm trying to do the thing from
Okay.
the Yellowstone rip.
Oh, Rip.
Yeah.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Couldn't tell.
Nailed it. Looks
Okay.
good.
I think I
No,
know who
just-
Matt is.
All right.
Who am I?
Matt's got to be Joe Dirt.
Yeah, I was thinking like a Joe Dirt situation. Could also be like, I don't know. This kind of looked like Axl Rose back in the day, maybe a little bit.
More Motley Crue, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna wear like all denim outfit, like a Canadian tuxedo. So I got everything. I got everything denim. The one thing I don't have is the one thing everybody would have, and it's jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to be okay. Then you're Joe
much
Dirt.
leg.
Dang, look at this thigh.
that
Yeah,
is
so I went with
so
the
much
short
leg.
shorts, some boots,
Okay.
some.
You look like you're about to go work
Mid-calf.
at a carnival.
We all dressed up like that.
I'm
Please tell me y'all were dressed up like that all morning.
No.
No. We just changed. We changed in
We
the
just
office
changed
right
in
here.
the office. Yeah, we didn't want to.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm a carny. How about that?
Okay.
How's
I like
sound?
that.
I like it.
You operate the tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my pack of marbles right here.
I think we're thinking, who's the guy from Poison? Brett?
Oh, okay.
Brett
yeah,
Michaels.
that's-
Yeah,
Michaels.
that's
Brett
probably
Michaels look, Vince Neil look, like
Vince
somewhere.
Neil, yeah.
Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
I think I could pull this hairstyle.
So guys, I
off.
went as
You're
went
saying
as-
growing that.
I went as Jason.
serious
Oh,
confidence.
okay.
You can't really wear this while you're hosting the show.
Yeah.
We went as
Yeah. Well,
we
we
went as
appreciate
Jason.
it.
And we got Neil
Wallace.
Wallace.
Oh, that's Pulp Fiction. I knew as soon as I walked
Yeah.
in there, and there's no
That's
doubt
awesome.
about that. That is awesome. Yeah.
Sorry for our tardiness.
No,
Thank
y'all
y'all
did
for holding
something
it down.
important.
We were rolling.
Yeah, we did. Let's do this. We can take a break, and then we'll go longer in the next two segments. What live? do we have?
Gordon.
Gordon. Okay, we'll tell you about Gordon. Let's go ahead and go to break.
Tell you where we've been.
We'll come
what
back.
we've
We'll
been
tell
doing.
you where we've been, kind of what the vibe was, and we'll do it when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done. Go to the website, and you can right there on the homepage have a chat with them. It's going to pull up a live agent. Also, you can check out court cases they can handle for you. All the things that they can do for you are right there on the homepage. And it is your number in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. No matter where you're at, get Gordon and get it done in Louisiana.
That's right. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured, and whether it's in a car accident, driving down the road, driving to work, driving home from work, whatever it is, if you've been injured on the job, you got a workers' comp claim, let the experienced lawyers at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, let them go fight for you. Let them get what you deserve. And you're talking about a company, Gordon McKernan, who cares. We see the billboards. We've seen the acts of kindness he does all over the work in the community, what he's done with the G team, everything. So if you got a problem, let them fight for you. Get what you deserve right there. GetGordon.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. They furnished off an apartment with a two-room robot sale.
All right, welcome back in. OTB live from the Raising Cane's studio. Glad to be back. Can't thank Alondra and Tay enough for holding it down for us.
I assume crushing it.
Yeah, I'd give us
No
a C
doubt.
minus.
A C minus?
Yeah, no,
Passing.
kidding, guys, we're fine.
Hey, guess what? They don't print your grade or your GPA on that degree.
Sure.
Nope.
Nowhere on that degree.
Just says general studies on Matt.
We passed.
General
I'd give us a passing grade.
Well, we appreciate it, and I don't know if what y'all told him or whatever, but we had a chance to go over to Football Ops today, and Frank Wilson reached out to us and wanted us to be there for the morning workout before the team goes, and for a couple of off days because it's bye week. Obviously, like typically they probably already would have been on the road, but Frank wanted to get one more workout in, and we had a group of former players over there, and we got a chance to speak with them and got a chance to look them in the eye and just have real conversations with them. And so really enjoyed it. We appreciate Frank for asking us to come be a part of that. Some great former Tigers in that building. And I can tell you, it's a team that, to a man, whoever was up there talking, they were in. They were all into the message, and it's a team that is still fighting. You can bet that.
Yep.
And a team that was still grinding this morning, and I think they understand what the situation is. They also understand the assignment and the opportunity that they have in front of them to finish the season strong. So, again, y'all know what that place means to me, what it means to Matt. And so anytime that the head coach reaches out to you and wants you to be a part of something like that, you're going to drop everything. And thankfully we have Taylor and Londra to be able to do something like that. So, again, we appreciate y'all, but it was important for us to be there.
Yeah, let me tell all LSU Tiger fans something that we knew after this move was made, the transition over to Frank Wilson being the interim head coach. I can assure you, you can be rest assured that there is no better person at this moment in time, at this point in the season, after what this team has kind of gone through. They've lost, and they have not played up to their standard that they want to play. There is not one better person in the world to step into and lead those men right now than Frank Wilson. It's kind of hard to put your finger on the pulse of what everything was prior to this, where the disconnect was, put your finger on what it was that kind of led to the results on the field.
Yeah.
It's hard to put your finger on that because, up to this point, I would say the former players and that kind of what we saw this morning wasn't really available, I guess, to these players. And Frank Wilson has made an effort to kind of galvanize this team under the respect, the admiration, the love of not only Louisiana, but LSU, and trying to communicate that. And one of the first things that he knew that needed to be happen, if he wants these men to kind of come together, they got two decisions to make, right?
Yeah.
There's two. It's black and white.
Yep. You going to fight or you going to quit?
You fight, and you fight together, and you fight with everything you got, or you kind of start looking at what's next, whether that's the next school, next team, what's next in life, the NFL, whatever that is. And what we saw today was a group of men. Now, I don't know what their record from here out is going to show. But what we saw was a group of men and on the team, support staff that had everybody's back. And I can tell you right now what decision they've made. Now, again, I don't know what that result on the scoreboard is going to be.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what decision they've made based on what I've seen. And there's no better person that had to step into those shoes. Like there's no playbook for this. There's no playbook for you lose your coach. You've lost 3 games this season. You projected, you were expected to be in the playoff this year. There's no playbook on how to transition from that to where they are now.
Yeah.
But Frank Wilson's doing a great job, and a guy that cares. And I think the point of having former players come back is not to be like, oh, look what they did, look at blah, 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 look at this guy. But really just to know that all the noise that is out there that surrounds the program, and I know y'all talked about it before we got here, the outside noise from politicians, from fans, from other coaches, from former players, there's a lot of noise. And you can't ignore it as a player. But what they want to know is, like, if you ever put on that helmet, if you ever put on that jersey, you got the back of the men in that building.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Frank wants them to know is, I guess there's a brotherhood there. Everybody's put on the helmet. Yeah. We're all brothers. We might not have ever met, might not have ever worked together, but we share that brotherhood. And I think Frank just wants to know that everybody on the outside noise, screw it. Everybody's got your back. We're behind you. We want y'all to be successful. Y'all just got to know there's a choice to make.
Yeah. And he's going to do it in a way that LSU football's done for a long time in the past as well. Mm-hmm. It's all right. During the bye week, we're still working. During the bye week, we're still going to talk about the game that just happened, because it happened, and you got to learn from that. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, that game's over, got to move on to the next one. At some point you do, but you also got to learn from that game. You had to watch that tape. You have to make corrections off that tape. You've got to show your players what went wrong and when it went wrong and what can't happen again. Then also, they got after it on Tuesday and Wednesday,
Oh, yeah, they got
after it. Like,
good.
That was the first thing I heard when we went over there. It was like,
let's get some pads popping.
Man, did y'all come yesterday? I was like, no, I'm on the radio. They're like, oh, man, you should have been here yesterday. Pads were popping. right? And they went a little bit old school there. And again, very easily could have, after Wednesday's practice, said, all right, we'll see y'all Sunday, bye week. It's like, no, we're going to work out one more time as a group before we get out of here. We're going to have one more, opportunity together. We're going to work out. We're going to run. We're going to push each other. And then we'll, enjoy a bye week. And so that was good to hear. It's refreshing. Like, it's a place that you have to have some of those old school mentalities. You still got to be, able to go out there and push yourself. And Jimbo says this all the time. Like, I'm going to ask him about his time at LSU. He's like, I've been in a lot of great places. I have. He's been at Auburn. He's been, Cincinnati going way back in his career, Florida State, obviously, Texas A&M. He said the thing that was noticeable and such a big attribute for us at LSU, he said, man, you can coach Louisiana kids so much harder than anybody else I've ever been around. Mm-hmm. And I was like, when you tell me, he goes, it's just tough. He's like, they've been raised tough. They've been, brought up in a way and coaching through a high school ranks where it's not been, oh, you're the star player, you can do what you want. It's been tough love. And that's not a shot at anybody that's from anywhere else, but that's from somebody that's coached a lot of places. He goes, you can coach them. You can coach them, right? They're not going to feel sorry for themselves. They're not going to just go in a corner and start weeping because you coach them. He's like, no, you can get after them and you can make them better and you can develop them. And that's something that has always been there. And you can tell, like, those are some of the things that, like, Frank wants to make sure gets done, because it is a place where you've got to be mentally, physically tough. And that's the DNA of the program. So those players have been raised and molded kind of in that style.
I was from Texas, though. He could coach me hard.
I don't know, man. Jimbo started yelling at you. You're like, stop, Jimbo.
No, Jimbo, no.
No.
Big Daddy. No, Daddy, no. No, that's right, man. Like, it was great to be back. I know there's been a lot said. We even talked about it on Monday after Brian Kelly was let go, that, like, for a long time for former players, it felt like, you could go, but you kind of had to make an appointment. You kind of had to. A lot of players that didn't necessarily, wasn't Jacob, wasn't myself, like, had issues getting there. Like, they felt kind of isolated from the program. They didn't feel real welcome all the time. Well, this is a far cry from that feeling. So it's a great thing, and it's an important thing. It's an important thing for those players. And, I'm proud of Frank Wilson and everybody on that support. I mean, there wasn't a sad eye in that building. There wasn't anybody in there feeling sorry for themselves. There wasn't anybody in there that wasn't ready to go. Wasn't ready to go hit somebody from Alabama in the mouth. Yeah. Now, again, they got new people game planning, calling plays. Like, it's a hurdle, right? It's a big hurdle. But I can tell you from the mental standpoint and the psychology standpoint, we're going to be all right.
Yep. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing how they respond. Again, you go back, last time you were in this situation, you let your coach go. Now, Coach O still coached that team, but you did some things that you just hadn't done all season long, and it was a game plan that you loved. And it was like cover zero and bringing guys from every single direction, and you had a chance to beat Alabama when you were a 3-touchdown dog in their stadium. This team's better than that team. This team has, obviously, like, even right now, more things going for it than that team did, but I want to see that kind of effort. And, again, an hour and a half spending time with them this morning, but from what I saw, I think you're going to get that effort. And I know that all the things that you wanted to do, all the things that we thought, I thought it was a 10-2 football team. I thought it was a 10-2 football team, and it's not. They've already got 3 losses, right? We understand that. But you still have all those pieces, for the most part, that gave you what a lot of us thought was going to be a 10-win season. So you got the opportunity. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out.
Yeah, you still got the same dudes on the roster that you did before the game, where everybody was talking, expecting you to be at a place that you have not met. You hadn't met the expectations. You still got the same guys. You got the right guy in front of that team room every single day talking to you, bringing the right attitude. So I'm so excited about seeing what this team can do for the rest of the season, starting next week. What an opportunity. I know they're going to be underdogs. People are going to be counting them out, counting LSU out, counting Louisiana out. But guess what? Tigers are going to show up They're going to have a helmet on. They have shoulder pads and everything.
Like we said yesterday, and we didn't say it, John Trey Kirkland said it. We got 11. We're going to go play. And that's what they're going to go do in Tuscaloosa coming up here. So, all right, we'll step away and we'll kind of get into some of the news cycle. But, again, we appreciate Frank Wilson and we appreciate the football team for reaching out to us. We enjoy getting a chance to spend a couple of minutes there with the current squad.
I guess probably should answer the elephant in the room here. We did not wear our costumes when we went to the – we just changed when we got here.
We
so
just
we didn't
I
wear
really
these.
wish y'all did.
I did not have the wig on.
Did y'all see Blake Baker? Or did I
Did.
send it last
Yeah.
night? Blake dressed up as West Week.
Yeah, I told him well done.
No notes.
Yeah, I told him that was well done. That was very, very well done. I was going to go like full Fu Manchu too, and I was like,
You should have.
they're probably already like, there's no way this guy played running back at LSU. Like when I'm talking to them, they're certainly not going to believe it if I have a Fu Manchu
You know
up
why?
there.
Because he's tiny and he's white.
I'm sure there was a lot of people like when I got up there, they're like, oh, that's it. Wait. I thought that guy was like on the just the radio team and travels with us. That guy
Coach,
played?
I see this guy speaking to us. I thought you said he played running back. Or he wasn't like the sports stuff?
Yeah. Wait, sports science?
We say on Little Giants when he's looking for Coach O'Shea and Rick Moranis shows up and he's like, a little small for a Heisman winner. He's like, that's what they all thought.
Yeah.
They all thought.
Oh, love it. Love it. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
Well, if anybody's, ever looked like they've already enjoyed a couple of ice cold Dos Equis, it's Flynn.
Yeah, put him
right
in my
here,
two
right
front
now.
Pockets.
I bet he would delete as many as you put in front of him right now.
Mm-hmm.
But drink responsibly. Go for Dose. It's always a great time. I mean, what great weather we've got right now. You get home from work, you go on your back porch, maybe you're grilling, you're certainly chilling, and you're just enjoying some ice cold Dos Equis. So it's always the perfect time, but now is the best time to go for Dose.
Yeah, what's the coolest way you've ever seen somebody open up a bottle of beer? Like in between, like flex their arms. Teeth is dangerous. I've seen someone do the eye socket before. You're going to delete some beers. If you're going to indulge in a couple of adult bevies on Halloween, you got some trick-or-treating happening, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, trick-or-treat tomorrow. If you're going to do it while we're walking around the neighborhood, make sure it's a Dos Equis. Make sure you get it iced down and cooler. Get it in the fridge. Get some cold, delicious sliced limes for that Mexican lager, man. Come on. Go for Dos. Drink responsibly. Dos Equis.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com.
You'll be a woman soon. I love you so much, can't count all the ways I died for you, girl, and all they can say is he's not your kind. They never get tired of putting it down, and I never know when I come around what I'm gonna find.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
That's a great song. What's this from?
So we went Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
That's what. Okay, I was like, I knew it. Okay.
So we've been playing
wait,
that soundtrack all morning, which it's
Yeah.
a fire soundtrack. So
Yeah. It's really well done. All right. So again, we appreciate y'all so much and can't thank Alondra and Tate enough. And I'm gonna keep saying that because like that was something that Matt and I certainly wanted to be a part of. And you know, the show's gonna be a little bit different today. And you know, since we got here, clock's gonna be a little different, whatever. And actually, I think we're kind of on time. So
we're very much on time.
You're probably like
It took
really
us
confused.
to not be here to be
You're
on time.
probably really confused what's going on right now. But I will tell you. So look, we're gonna have some floaters here and going to play catch up a little bit. So we'll start with Russell Pool Company, and russellpools.com is the website. Dream Pool is right there for you, and Russell Pool Company is going to be able to build that. Now, if you're building a pool, and you know Matt knows this, he's going through the same thing right now, thinking about what they want in their pool, all the bells, all the whistles, or maybe you want something simplistic, whatever it might be. Your dream pool is your dream pool. That's why it's your dream pool. But you can pull a little bit from here, a little bit from there with Russell Pool Company. Kind of tell them what you're looking for, and they can design that for you as well. The possibilities are endless with Russell Pools and Russell Pool Company. All right. One of the things that I don't know that we've really covered it like this, but this is for me, and I'm not speaking for Matt. I'll let Matt speak on it himself. I know there's some out there that think that what LSU did was a knee-jerk reaction and too quick. And I do realize that, you know, BK's record 34-14 and you're 5-3 this year, so it's not like you were falling off of a cliff. I do get that. But also, I do appreciate the standard of LSU football that it has gotten to. And I know for me, again, this is all just me. I'm not speaking for Matt. I know that every regular season that I was a part of, we never lost 3 games. You didn't either, right? So we would have 10-2 seasons and feel disappointed and feel like it wasn't good enough, and we would want to be better. That's just what it is. That's what the standard of this place is. Now, that's not for everybody. Not everybody agrees with that, and that's fine. It's just not fine here. You should expect to do the greatest things, not the good things. That's what we talked about the other day. It's like, I want the guy that's going to attack this job at an elite level. Not great, not good, not okay, because that's what this job deserves. You look at Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night and how many people are in there and the sacrifices that they have given to be in that stadium, to be in the number. I know how much those tickets cost. So does Matt. We pay for tickets. We understand driving from Shreveport to a game, staying in a hotel, staying again the night after, and then driving back in Monroe or wherever you're from. It's a lot. And a lot should be expected from this program. So I don't think it was a knee-jerk reaction. I think if you were in that stadium on Saturday night, and again, I'm going to keep saying it, this is just from me. I never want to see that again. As far as somebody else leaving you behind, somebody else celebrating on your field, somebody else taking pictures and celebrating and doing their fight song and trying to take out. I don't ever want to see that ish again. I never was part of that. Matt wasn't. There's a lot of people that weren't. And this program is a place that I know. Like the current players right now, I think, are good enough to not have that ever happen on their tenure. So for me, if you were there, if you had the same feelings that I did, it was to a point of no return. It was to a point of no return. Once that happens to you, and it wasn't the first time, there's no coming back from that. Just my personal opinion. And it's not knee-jerk. It wasn't the first time. And you could tell the vibe, and you could tell what direction it was going in. And you can tell it wasn't all going in the same direction. Now, there's some people in that building that absolutely gave you everything they had. And when we just went across the street and talked with them, I told them so. A.J. Halsey, love you. DeMarcus Cooley, love it. Mansour Delane, love it, right? Would have loved to see Whit Weeks out there. I talked to Whit before the Vanderbilt game, and the guy had tears in his eyes because he couldn't play in that game. I talked to him before the A&M game. Same situation. He's just over there looking at Texas A&M, wanting to be out there, right? So there's guys that it means everything to. But to say that it was too fast or not warranted, there's a lot of things that kind of led to what happened last Saturday. But for whatever reason, and however you got there, I don't ever want to be a part of something like that again, because this place went a long time where it never had anything like that.
Yeah, that's very well said. And like something like this happens, it's not like a knee-jerk reaction that you're going to fire somebody. Like if you were on that sideline, if you felt what that stadium felt like. But in order for something like that to happen so quickly, there does have to be things that lead to that. There does have to be people, that decision makers, and a feel around the program that of different things that have happened or not happened that you don't like or don't think are the right move, or there's something in the program you can't put your finger on it. But if they're winning, it's fine. If you're winning, you can overlook a lot of the things. But when you get the feeling like you did, if you get embarrassed at home like you did, like what Jake said, like all these people are sacrificing to go, and the product that's like, even in the South Carolina game, like I was sitting there watching it, I'm like, we won, which is great. I don't want to be spoiled, but there's just something. It's like, man, this isn't fun to watch this, this product right now. And you can't put your finger on what it is. Yeah, we can break down the film. We can look at X's and O's. We can see deficiencies here and there on plays, and, a linebacker that should have, scraped over the top, a guy that was open or whatever. That happens in all football. That happens in every play. I don't care if you go undefeated in the NFL. You're going to have 50 plays where someone did something wrong or got beat one-on-one. That happens, and we call it out. We're not calling out individual people. We're just talking football with y'all when we call it out. We're not – because it happens, win or lose, but there's an attitude. There's a character of a team. There's a character of a program, an organization that was missing. And I think it was a lot of buildup, and they were just waiting for one thing, one little crack in the dam to break it open. And that happened in a big way. And it wasn't a small crack either.
Right.
It was a gash that happened to you this past Saturday. And so we have now turned over a coach. We got a new staff. And I just told you last segment, Frank Wilson, if you are worried about anything, you shouldn't be, because Frank Wilson is a person to step in right now in this moment. And no, I don't think it was a knee-jerk reaction. Now, you can look at the money and be like, all right, well, it's like kind of surprised. It might have been, reactionary to try to find that money. But from making that decision, making the call, once you knew you had the backing to do it, I think it became an easy decision.
Yeah, look.
There's good people over there, man. There's good people that want to fight.
Great people. We just saw a lot of them. And it's not spoiled. It's not spoiled. It's demanding excellence, and it's working at an elite level. It's not spoiled. Working at what the common main goal is every single day. When you take this job, it is family 1A, and it's LSU football 1B. And it has to be that way. There's no negotiating. That's what it is. This is not for everyone. And so that's why when the next coach comes in, that's why I'm not kidding. I want to be in the room because I promise you in 5 minutes I can tell. Matt can tell too. It was 5 minutes. And I'll tell you if you're about what this life is about, if you're ready for these challenges, if you're ready to accept what the demands are here, and the demands are justified because of everything that you get and everything that everyone sacrifices to give it to you. So we'll be back. Hour number 3, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, if you are tired of checking accounts that hit you with random fees or make it, well, pretty painful to move your money, well, you need to check out Campus Federal Credit Union's different checking account options. So many different ones to choose from, and they've got one perfect for you. It's built for your life right here in Louisiana. No monthly maintenance fees, no surprises, and all the mobile tools you actually need. You can deposit checks right there from your phone, pay for rents instantly, and keep tabs on your spending wherever you go. So if you're ready for a checking account that finally feels like it's on your team, head over to campusfederal.org and open your bank checking account today. That is campusfederal.org.
That's right, Campus Federal. They've been serving Louisiana for over 85 years with the same focus today as day number 1, which is putting members first. And yeah, that means Louisiana members. So get ready to bank smarter and keep your money local. So don't settle for those big national banks when you can join a credit union that invests back into Louisiana. So stop by any Campus Federal branch today or visit campusfederal.org.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life. Start your journey today.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, Ice Cubes.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob, Hester, and
Matt Flynn. Terrifying and terrible.
Live from the haunted
Raising Cane's
studio, here's Jacob, Hester, and
Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB. I want to remind you, we'll be out at Rouse's tomorrow, a little football Friday. I know the Tigers are off, but we'll be there every Friday during the football season. We'll be at the Burbank and Lee store, and we'll be there, obviously, for the entire show. And we always love the interaction during the breaks, and come enjoy breakfast with us. And you should go check out Rouses.com to see which store is nearest you. Check out the weekly ads they've got going on. Go ahead and get your spread. Just because the Tigers aren't playing this weekend, you know you're going to watch some football. So if you got some people coming over to the house, you can go ahead and go to Rouses. Pick up all the things that
They got all the groceries?
All the groceries.
All the things, all the foods.
And My High.
I like to eat.
Like to be hydrated?
I like to be hydrated. I like all the things over at Rouse's, especially that breakfast bar tomorrow. Hello.
You gotta get your hand slapped again when you go over there.
When I wear this sick ass shirt I got on right now, you look at a guy like me walking down the road, you're like, that guy's got a lighter on him somewhere. And it might be in the shape of like a gun.
Oh, if you don't have a lighter with that outfit, you're doing it wrong, Bo. Now, you don't have any sleeves to roll up your cowboy killers in.
No.
Where you put those puppies, in your front pocket?
Front pocket. That's what the front left one's for.
I
just ran out. I've already smoked a pack.
If you enjoy Matthew's shirt, that is from Poncho.
It is. It was a limited edition. Right to bare arms.
Jesus.
What? You don't want to... what?
No, nothing.
Hey, how do you think...
it's real, though.
How do you think President Trump's going to do picking that coach?
Probably, probably not going to be dialed in, finger on the pulse to what's going on here.
Serious?
Man, that was something yesterday.
That was something. That was a choice for sure.
That was something yesterday. Everybody on the Ponderosa heard that, saw that as well. I don't
know if they were real impressed.
Yeah, I don't know if they were too happy about it. So full disclosure, we had heard, just like everybody, that, maybe Scott wasn't going to be involved in the next head coaching hire. Those are some things you heard. But I never thought that the governor would come out and speak so strongly against Scott Woodward and the athletic director. It makes you wonder, what is the future of Scott as the athletic director?
Yeah.
And I know football's king, but Scott's also had a lot of successful hires in other sports.
It was a weird situation. I think it was weird for everybody. I mean, it was kind of a little bit cringe. It was a weird time to try to go and body bag somebody. There's got to be some sort of personal beef there. Just kind of a weird situation, and you turned the talk of everybody saying, well, this LSU's clearly the number one job out there, clearly. And then after that, it's kind of a mess. A little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
What coach is going to say, well, if you got that going on, why do I want to go where I got to answer to politicians?
Yep.
I just don't like.
I had a coach that everybody would know his name. Send me the clip of that, and the message was, "What do y'all have going down on the Bayou right now?"
Seriously. Yep. I would just, just keep the football to the football. Keep the football to the football peeps. That's what I would do. So now you're gonna have to, like, in the court of public opinion around the country, like, it was everywhere, yeah. And it wasn't in a good way, because before that it was everywhere in a.
That LSU was the top job, yeah,
top job, and it still is the top job. Don't get me wrong, but like that, let's just not make a mess of things. Wasn't a great look, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, this is legitimately. I texted the group this yesterday. When I first saw it,
yeah,
because someone showed me the video, and like the video wasn't like the actual official video. It was like somebody's iPhone video of it talking, and I was like, legitimately thought in my brain, I was like, haha, satirical. This is AI. I was like, no, whoa, that was real. It was so wild that I thought it was artificial intelligent video. That is a hand in the air, God's honest truth. I thought that. But it wasn't. Louisiana's in the news.
Yeah. And dude, the portion of like the governor and the board right now, like where they're at without having a president, like I understand all that part of it. And I've tried to explain that to a bunch of people. And you're going to have a president here in a couple of weeks. And, it's you got to get some stability. And Londro's making a great point during the last break. It's like right now you don't have that because you don't have a president. You have an athletic director, but do you really, after what the governor said? You don't have a full-time head coach. And obviously, like you couldn't because you wouldn't have one this quick. But you don't have a coach. You're not really sure where the AD sits, and you don't have a school president. What do we always hear coaches at successful programs talk about? The alignment. The alignment between head coach, AD, president. You talk to Kirby Smart, it's the first thing he's going to mention. President went to Georgia. Josh Brooks, AD, undergrad at LSU, but also has a degree from Georgia. Kirby Smart has a degree from Georgia. I'm not saying you have to trust me, I'm not saying go hire an LSU guy. It's the only guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they have like the truest alignment, and they always talk about it. You have to have that. Because if you don't, then like you want something the AD don't. The president wants something from the AD, and he doesn't want to do it, and it's just a mess. Like you have to have that alignment. And so not only does LSU not have alignment, they don't have a president, and they have an AD that doesn't know his future, and you don't have a head coach.
Yep.
It's like a triple whammy right now.
Yeah, and hopefully that it gets it was fresh news yesterday. It was something nobody expected, nobody would ever predict or expect happen. I don't know if that's ever happened in college sports. High-ranking political speaking out on state's football program, or like to that extent, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's governors out there that are like, yeah, all right, go Longhorns, or go Badgers, or whatever it is. But like speaking out to that extent, like almost sounded like it's going to be in control. There's going to have to be some sort of like, and maybe there already has. I have no idea. Public like statement, something like that, to backtrack, to walk this back, because
I don't know that,
because there is too many people that are pissed about it.
I don't know that there will be, though.
Or confused about it. Maybe that's a better word. I don't know.
Yeah.
But from a football standpoint, it doesn't make the job search any better.
Right.
Absolutely not. Especially if you want to go after one of these top tier coaches, they're not going to have somebody over their shoulder.
Yeah.
That's not a football person. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and like we talked about too, a lot of the coaches that you would want to come here have such strong ties to where they're currently at, because that's where they either played or went to school. Like, it was going to take a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was not just going to be about money.
Uh-huh.
It was going to be about the alignment that we're talking about and having the things that you need to be a successful program. And they're going to look at that and be like, man, is that something I can deal with, knowing I have to worry so much about the other portion of it already?
Let me ask you this. Do you think the governor of Mississippi called Lane Kiffin yesterday afternoon and say, hey, bud, don't have to worry about me? Not going to do that to you. You think the governor of Georgia might have picked up the phone to Brent Key yesterday and be like, hey, dude, hey, we got your back. Whatever you need.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe. Maybe not. I like to speculate, though. It's fun.
It's not going to be dull.
It's going to be exciting. It's already exciting,
it's not
right?
going to be a dull moment here. And like we talked about yesterday, the timing of it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. You hired Coach O at the end of November. You hired Brian Kelly at the end of November. That was during a 4-team playoff. And Notre Dame still had an outside shot to get in when Brian Kelly came here. But almost every coach that we assume, again, we're assuming that you're going to talk to, Georgia Tech, Tulane, Louisville, Vanderbilt, Oregon, Ole Miss, all in the playoff hunt right now still. So that's going to be interesting too. You've got a high school signing class that you're going to have to get signed and committed, and there's a chance you don't have a coach. Now, you might have a handshake, backdoor agreement, but like those blow up all the time. So you're going to have to convince players to come to LSU, not come play for Coach A, B, or C.
100%.
And LSU's not the only one in that boat.
And it's such a tricky, that's like this day and age. Like we were talking about when early signing day is, December 3rd, then there's the portal windows and all that stuff. And we had Chris Lowe on yesterday who said, if you have the right guy, you wait no matter how long it is. Like if you've pinpointed a guy, you wait no matter what the repercussions are, because you know in the long run it's going to pay off.
Right.
But like the problem is there's such an inherent risk with that, because if you wait and he leaves you at the altar and he leaves you with your hand out and be like, okay, now what? Now we have to go to what, our 15th choice or 20th choice or whatever choice that is still, he would do anything to be here.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. But that's the risky run, but that's, I guess that's what makes it kind of exciting. But you just have to be whoever that decision maker is going to be. Man, what do you say? You wanted to be on that committee?
Absolutely.
You ready? Is there going to be a committee?
Absolutely.
Is there just going to be one guy?
I don't know. You're
going to vote for this thing?
That is something they said yesterday. They said the Board of Supervisors was going to put together a committee to be able to select the next head football coach.
We'll do it.
I want, and also like, can we vet the committee too? I mean it with my whole heart. You got to have some ball knowers on this committee. Like, you have to have people that understand when that coach is talking about their process, is it bull stuff or is it not? What they selling, is it what, is it what the buttoned up person wants to say to, he's got the PowerPoint and he's ready to go, or is it what you have to make this program successful?
Yep.
Like, what are your plans? Who are your coordinators? Who are your position coaches? Who are you retaining? Like, you got to have somebody on there that understands what that coach is saying and if that coach is telling the truth or not, or if he's telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah, it's authentic is the word.
Authenticity.
Like when you hear somebody's talk and you're like, God, yeah, that's it. That's right there. Or you hear somebody else talk and it's like, you kind of sound like a politician. Like,
right.
Your words are really good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those words are great. You put them on paper, it reads really well.
Right.
But like, I'm looking at your face, I'm looking at your words, I'm looking at your delivery, and it's a little too polished.
Right.
Like I always say, like with a football coach, be careful of polished speakers.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean good speakers.
Right.
I mean polished.
Yeah.
Polished. Every single conversation is a polished conversation, is rehearsed. You see it. We kind of just saw it, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen it with coaches in the NFL.
Yes.
None of them were good.
When you listen to Jim Harbaugh at the stand, does he ever make a lick of sense?
Nope.
Sometimes to a lot of people, it's clunky, right? It's not polished, but he's speaking to his team.
Yep.
His team understands what he's saying. You know, like that's like an example of what we're talking about. Like that's who that man is. That's authentic. If you have a conversation with Jim Harbaugh off air, that's what you get.
Yep. I think that was kind of the disconnect between Brian Kelly and LSU, and the fan base, at least, from the court of public opinion throughout Louisiana. It was like, I got asked a billion times, like, what do you think of Kelly? And then the last 4 years, what do you think of Brian Kelly? And then I would ask people, hey, what do you think of Brian Kelly?
Yeah.
And I would say 99% of the time that my answer or the other person's answer that I was around was like, I don't know. I think pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we got the record.
Yeah.
I really liked what he said the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I liked how he said it.
Yeah.
But like the answer for 4 years was, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think pretty good. I think that was the answer for most people. Now, when he won, it's like, oh, yeah, he's doing a good job. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see. We'll see what he's got.
Right.
Let's keep him receipts. But when you go and get embarrassed, it's like, nah, dude. This ain't it.
Yeah, even the like post-game excuses, right? Like they were polished and they were like, they didn't tell you who it was and what the identity was. There was no authenticity to those either, to your point. Like my man, y'all have heard me say it before, but like my dad's like full of quotes. He always was. And my favorite one that he ever said was, do you know why football pants don't have pockets? There's no place to put all those excuses. Excuses in football get you beat. And it always felt like there was deep pockets in some of those post-game press conferences.
Oh, God. And like, it's okay for a while because it's like, well, I know people, I've heard it from, I've seen it on the socials at least. It's like, why didn't these guys say things like while it's happening? Well, like, it's our coach.
It doesn't.
Right? It's the coach. It's not helping anything.
It doesn't
like,
behoove the place that we love as much as we do and we want the best for.
Yeah. We don't want nothing but the best. We wanted nothing but Brian Kelly to be successful. Right? He wasn't. We wanted it. We heard the words. That's why the answer of like, what do you think about Brian Kelly? I don't know. I think he's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it was always a wait and see because the words were great. But your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying.
At all. All right, go to SupremeRice.com. Supreme Rice, we love the jasmine, long grain, medium grain, brown rice. You got so many different options. You can pick it up at Rouse's, all your local AG food stores, or you can pick it up right there online at SupremeRice.com. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Pretty good gumbo weather, huh?
Oh, it is gumbo season.
What makes a good
Best
gumbo?
season and gumbo season.
What makes a good gumbo?
Jasmine rice.
Well, any kind of rice. Rice is like the key, right? You got to have the right rice. It all comes together.
How about some local rice?
That sounds good. Southwest Louisiana?
Light, fluffy.
Crowley, Louisiana?
Yeah, exactly.
SupremeRice.com. Go to the website today. All right.
Medium grain. That's what I go. Underrated rice. Varietal.
When we come back,
it's been a pretty serious show so far.
Chef Michael Johnson.
There we go.
To answer your munchie questions. And we'll do that right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. More power, more protection with Boudreaux's. On the North Shore, 985-397-1562. In the greater Baton Rouge area, 225-300-9389. It is the ultimate peace of mind when you have a whole home generator. No matter what the weather is outside, you're always going to be connected and ready to go. So if you're hosting for the holidays, we tell you all the time, do you really want your father-in-law shaking his head at you because your power went out and you don't have a whole home generator? Nobody wants that feeling. And you won't have that feeling if you call Boudreaux's and Boudreaux's Electrical.
I knew you weren't good enough. Boy, make sure you're protected. Make sure you got that peace of mind. Make sure you protect your things, your home, your family, the things in your freezer. Maybe you're, deer season. If you got some venison, some backstrap, whatever it is, some sausage, You don't want to lose it. That's the worst part about losing your power is having to clean out that freezer a couple of days later. So make sure you got that peace of mind. Go to their website, boudreauxelectrical.com. There's a big red button right there to request a free Generac quote, boudreauxelectrical.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. Remind you about our friends over at Pala. You know, in Louisiana, when you build something, Pala builds it to last. And that's exactly what you're going to get every single time from Pala. They're one of the premier industrial construction and maintenance companies in the South, handling projects from refineries to fabrication with a reputation built on safety, quality, and teamwork. So whether it's welding, construction, or full-service project management, Pala's been doing it the right way for over 50 years. They take care of their people, their clients, and their community. Learn more at palagroup.com. That is palagroup.com. Pala, built on safety, driven by people. All right, let's go ahead, and it is time to get to some Munchies.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
Chef, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. What's up, fellas?
Not too much. We had a great morning, by the way, over at Football Ops. Got a chance to see the fellas in their last workout of the bye week. Had a chance to talk with the team, so we enjoyed that. Had a good morning so far. What about you, sir?
No complaints, man. It's been a good day thus far, and I expect it to continue on.
Chef, are we passing out full-size candy bars during Halloween or what?
I'm actually going to a Halloween party, so I'm not going to be home for Halloween. So the kiddies are going to have to go to the neighbor's house.
You're going to leave a bucket.
You're going to leave a bucket, right?
Oh man, come
Take
on!
one.
The kids in my neighborhood are heathens. They're going to steal the bucket. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you got to put the sign up that just says "Take one, please."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just take one. Yeah.
What, Chef? What are you dressing up as Halloween party?
I'm going as my fiance and I are going as Johnny and June Carter Cash.
No, I mean, Chef, can you play the guitar? Can you sing us a ditty?
Well, I mean, I can't play a guitar, but I can act like Johnny Cash. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
There we go. There we
got
go.
the voice
There we
for it,
go.
too.
There we go. All right. I mean, what's the spread at this party? Like, are you going to be making sure that everybody's taken care of? We talking finger foods? What we talking gumbo? It's
I
gumbo
don't
weather
know.
out there.
It's their party, and it's actually so the lady who's throwing the party is got Mexican heritage, and so it's also a mix between Halloween and Dia de los Muertos.
Yep.
And so it's a dead party, and so everybody so you're dressing up as somebody who is not alive anymore.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Chef, I've had parties and we've hosted parties and things like that, and I always get a little bit nervous of what we're making.
Yeah.
If there's somebody that I don't think I've ever had like a trained professional chef come to my party, but I've always had people that are really good at cooking. I'm always a little bit nervous. I'm like, man, they probably think this sucks. Do you try to ease them into it?
People always get nervous when I come over to eat, and the thing is that I'm not really a high maintenance guy. The meal I don't have to cook is the meal I enjoy the most. I appreciate when people cook as a whole, and I very rarely have I had a meal that I was disappointed in. That somebody else was preparing. I don't think so highly of myself. You know what I mean? And so I rather enjoy just than having a meal with somebody else. And I imagine there's going to be some alcohol there too, which kind of eases the woes and anxieties of cooking, right?
Hashtag Munchies. I've got a mess of Dove in the freezer from this past weekend. What's your favorite way to prepare Dove?
Dove?
Yep.
I like to stuff them. I used to do this mushroom duxelle with shallots, garlic, all kinds of mushrooms chopped up into it. You saute it in butter and then deglaze it with brandy or cognac, and you let the liquid escape out of it enough or evaporate out of it enough that it kind of becomes this thicker liquid, or like thicker paste. It's a compound almost. It's a stuffing, but it's a little bit looser than a stuffing. You stuff that inside of the doves and to make this white chocolate. Butter sauce. It's beurre blanc. And just you make your beurre blanc and then you take white chocolate and melt it into the sauce really delicately, and it doesn't taste like white chocolate. It just tastes like really rich butter.
Yeah.
You put that over the top of the baked. You bake your Dove in the oven, nice and brown. And man, it's a beautiful dish, brother, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, can you bring one to the studio?
Yeah, come on.
My God.
Do you have any tips for anybody hunters out there that are bringing Dove home, bring ducks home this year? How to get? Is there a good soak that you can do that helps get the BBs out of it? The shotgun shells?
Yeah, and a magnet, I think. Yeah.
Is that a real thing? Using a magnet in the kitchen?
I mean, I would think you could. I would probably want a coated magnet. This one that has something on the outside of it that isn't just metal, like they make silicone magnets. But I would think that it would help find the pellets in there.
Look, Chef, there are some people that are like, can you please get Chef's recipe for these doves because it sounds amazing.
Yeah, I can write something down.
There we go.
We should have like a chef recipe that we
we should have like a recipe of the week or something. That's actually a good idea. One more thing on Chef's plate. He doesn't have enough, no pun intended.
Just spend a couple hours. That's it.
That's fine. It's fine. All right, we do have a super chat. So somebody paid Chef $5 to ask this question.
Okay.
I need Chef to give the team the Ocho Cinco food plan: fried chicken, McDonald's, and lots of frosted baked goods. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, like he is like notorious for like eating McDonald's before games.
Oh God, that hurts my stomach just thinking about it, man. Jeez. It would take a lot more than $5 for me to get that done, I think.
Chef, I was thinking about this the other day. So we always try to figure out what we're going to do with our oil after we've cooked it. Like because I think we have a septic tank at our house, so it's like, all right, we don't want to put it down that. We put it in the trash. So like, there's a couple questions here. Is there a proper way to like get rid of post-cooking oil? And then also, is there a way, like I've seen restaurants that claim that they have like the same oil for years and years. Is there a way to preserve oil, or is there a point of no return after you cook?
So there's a way to prolong oil, but most oils will go rancid after an amount of time, and 6 months to a year is that time under normal circumstances. It depends on what kind of oil as well. Certain oils, like olive oil, I don't think you want to keep more than 6 months, and I don't know. Old oil just doesn't ring off the tongue like that's something I want. Like fresh oil it always tastes better. So a lot of what makes oil go bad is when you're frying it hits high temperatures, it becomes unstable, and if it's super high, it denatures, and that breaks it down, and that's what makes it go rancid. Also, as you're frying, there's small particulate of carbon that's left in the oil. It also makes it a mixture of something that's impure, and even though carbon it's super hard and whatever, but it will continue to burn and distaste the flavor of the oil until it reaches its carbon state, as long as there's organic matter in there. And so having old oil, like the way that you prolong it is you have a filtration machine. We employ a company that has a 1 micron or 3 micron filter that removes all of that carbon out of it and prolongs the life of it. So where a restaurant might have to filter their fryer every night, we have them come in and it lasts another day. And so we'll have 2 to 3 times the life of the oil. But I don't pride myself on like extending the life of oil, but it is safer for the environment in that way. And it does, oil's expensive, man. Back in the day, you could buy a 35-gallon drum of oil for $17 to $25, and at some point, man, it got up, depending on what kind of oil it was, into the hundreds of dollars. Over $100 for 35 gallons, or $75 for, and that's crazy. And where you get your oil is important too. But prolonging it is not something that I pride myself in or do. Where you get rid of it at. We have a company that comes and takes our oil, and they have there are facilities around. If you could take it to as a homeowner, I keep mine and throw it in the trash, to be honest with you, because Baton Rouge really doesn't have a great place. But in some bigger cities, like you can take it to recycling places that will recycle it. I mean, there's places in the United States that turn used cooking oil into fuel. That's the diesels run on. So there are capabilities of using it in smart ways, but the South has not bought into those things just yet. And so, I've capped mine up into a jar and put it into the trash and sent it to the dump instead of putting it down my drains and praying that it doesn't clog them shut.
All right, there he is, Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics. Good enough to join us every single week to answer your Munchie questions. Chef, we appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Chef.
All right, go to KTZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. KTZ Interiors and Outdoor Living, been doing it since 2004. Interior, outdoor living, and sometimes it's both. They're going to be able to come in, know your space, learn your space, and give you the best solution in about 15 minutes. They've done it for me. They'll certainly do it for you as well. Again, go to the website, check out their service area, Greater Baton Rouge area, Greater Lafayette, North Shore. They've got you covered. KTOZBlinds.com. That Dove recipe, like I need to see if we can get Chef maybe like write that down, and then we can just like make a graphic for it and put it out there on OTB socials every week.
Yeah,
like
a little Munchies recipe of the week, like, or we can just kind of take what he says on the show.
Oh yeah,
and,
I mean, I know, but he gets like such great detail. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like usually it's the throwaway questions that we think are just kind of like, someone asked this, that he goes into depth, and it's like, okay, now
I didn't think he'd find his way to white chocolate on a Dove recipe, but here we are.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get into like the 3 macron oil filtration talk either, but here we are. Like you said, it's fantastic.
So true.
I guess that's the thing. Always in the kitchen, I was like, what do I do with this oil?
I know.
I put like a paper towel, a wad of paper towels in the trash, and I just pour it on the paper towel, let it soak up. It's kind of my go-to. What else?
Yeah,
put it in a
they
jar.
do buy like a powder that you can like put into it, and then it hardens it.
Okay, I don't buy that.
I'll send you the link. I mean,
I don't want it.
We got a deep fryer at the house. We got a lot of oil we go through.
Oh, it doesn't go rancid. I've been using it for 10 years.
Bacon is good for me.
In between my tilt-a-whirl shifts.
All right. We'll take a break. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
At All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, everything's always available to you. No matter what you're looking for, your needs are going to be met over at All-Star. And midsize SUV, they got multiple. They've got multiple trucks. They've got multiple sedans, multiple hybrids, full-size Sequoia, Sienna minivan, something for everyone and every lifestyle. And again, if you're looking to rent for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, go ahead and reserve that rental today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
That's right. Get yourself a Toyota. If you've never driven a Toyota before, make sure you get over there, maybe do a little test drive, maybe do a per-day rental of anything in the lot, just to kind of see what you got going on. So if you're ready to for a new vehicle, you got a new job and you got to haul some stuff in a truck. If you got a couple new family members and you need just more room, new seats, got to do that. Got to be a carpool guy. Well, they got everything that you could possibly want right over there at All-Star Toyota on Airline near Goodwood, or you can go to their website, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, see everything they got right there on the lot.
When it comes to pipe fabrication, time is money. And at River Parish Contractors, we make every second count. Our 36,000 square foot shop is ready to take on your projects right now. With experienced welders, precise fittings, and fast turnarounds you can trust. Whether it's a single custom spool or a full-scale run, we have the capacity and the skill to keep your job on schedule. Call us or visit rpcontractors.com for your quote. That's rpcontractors.com.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Children's School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, They've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
There's a place where lovers go.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Lonesome town where the broken heart stays. You can buy a dream or two to last you all through the years, and the only price you pay is a heart full of tears.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. You know, all the things, so many things going on here in Baton Rouge. We haven't really had a chance to even look at what college football looks like this week, and we're on Thursday's show. It's just, you know,
That's what tomorrow's for, right?
Football Friday?
Yeah.
Like, think about this. Think about Penn State and Ohio State are playing this weekend.
Pretty big game.
Did you even know that?
No.
I don't think a lot of people knew that. Ohio State's a 3-touchdown favorite.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah.
21 points.
Oh.
Hot damn.
Think if I'd have told you that in August, that Ohio State and Penn State are going to play. You might not even know when it's happening. The Buckeyes going to be a 3-touchdown favorite. Penn State's 0-4 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, 0-4 in the Big Ten. That includes the classic Big Ten powerhouse, UCLA.
Yep.
Is that in LA?
That is also. There's two of them, actually.
Okay.
Also,
if you think about it.
Also in LA.
It's another LA school?
There is another LA school.
Oh, okay.
Southern California.
Yep.
Would that be USC?
No, I think it's SCU.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Southern California University.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what somebody looks like you would say.
I've never been to California. Ain't my country.
You also have number 9 Vanderbilt traveling to number 20 Texas. Texas, 2.5-point favorite.
That's going to be
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it's at Texas, I guess.
Texas, yeah.
Put money on Vandy then.
I know, me too.
Do we know about our chip?
I don't think he's playing. I think he's doubtful.
Right.
Last I saw.
You got concussed, right?
Wait, they're playing Vanderbilt?
Yeah, the fact that they're still 2.5 without Arch is.
Vandy money line. Some are saying.
Some are saying.
Alternate line.
That
Vandy.
That has
-5.
Vanderbilt money line has Alondra written all over it.
It does.
Oh my god.
Or at least the points.
Wait, hold on. Texas is playing Vanderbilt with their backup quarterback, and they're 2.5-point favorites.
Yep.
Does
I don't know. if
somebody
they should
knows
be-
something we've said it a bunch of times. Like, are we missing something here? Like, but this is that's a hard one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one to get behind. So that means Texas, I guess, is going to win.
I still like Vandy.
Well, yeah.
There's some Cincinnati, who's number 17 in the country, is a 9-point dog on the road against Utah.
Yeah, that's wild. Like Cincinnati's 7-1, right?
Yeah, College Game Day going to be at that one.
Brennan Sorsby's been
Oh
awesome
my
for
God.
Cincinnati this year.
Ever since he came on off campus, just saying. Ever since that moment, he's got 20 tuds and 1 pick. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good efficiency.
As of 12 hours ago, Arch Manning is still in concussion protocol and did not practice.
I can't imagine.
So, but Matthew Caldwell came in at the end of the game, and he played pretty good. Like, it wasn't
Maybe
terrible.
that's why they are favorites.
Yeah, maybe that is why. I was about to say,
Better without him.
if Art gets healthy and gets out of protocol, they're going to be like 10-point favorites, or are they going to be underdogs?
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see. Where does the line go
After they
if
announce.
Art is healthy? Ooh, I'm fun. That'd be fun.
Well, their safety, there's like best safety, Michael Taff. He's also questionable. I think.
Oh, is he?
Which
Yeah.
is wild that they're still a favorite. Like,
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, Michael Taff's a player.
Is Pavia hurt or something? Is there something we're missing?
No.
No?
I don't know of.
All right. Well, Vanderbilt.
Also, not that
bet
it
all the
really
money's-
matters because they're all new and kind of not great anyway, but a couple of their starting offensive linemen are also out.
For Texas.
One offensive lineman, Cole Hudson, and then freshman edge rusher Lance Jackson are both out too. So that already weak offensive line and the protection you have up front is down as also.
What are
We'll take all the monies then.
QB. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, win all the money on that one.
I heavy on that one.
Miami
I
is
don't even-
11.5
Just don't overthink it.
road favorite over SMU, which I think's wild.
The only thing I can think is with Livingstone, Parker Livingstone, one of the receivers.
Yeah.
Like he makes plays, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes you just don't overthink things.
Yeah, true.
You got Georgia, Florida this weekend. Another game that
The tailgate or whatever.
the largest
Cocktail
outdoor
party, right?
cocktail party.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
That's typically
I feel
a
like that
game.
game's overrated.
I was about to say that's typically a game that we certainly would dive a little bit more into. Florida, though, 3-4 on the year. Georgia 6-1. Georgia 7.5-point favorite in that one.
Yeah, that game. I've never really cared for that game.
Why?
I don't know.
Because Florida.
It was Florida. I mean, in Jackson. Was it in Jacksonville still?
Yeah.
Lame city.
So let me ask
Jacksonville taking shots out here.
All right, let me ask our chat here. Let me get a pulse of it. All right, so you know Vanderbilt and you know Clark Lee, okay, if his name's attached to the LSU job. All right. Maybe you know Jeff Brom, maybe you don't. Are you going to watch more Jeff Brom, number 16 Louisville, traveling to Lane Stadium to take on Virginia Tech? Are you going to watch that game a little bit differently now? Like, again, you know Lane Kiffin. What about number 8 Georgia Tech and Brent Key going on the road to Carter Finley Stadium to take on the Wolfpack, NC State? Are you going to watch that game maybe with a different viewpoint this week?
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. I think I'll tune in to Louisville a little bit more to see like what their offense is all about. I kind of know. I mean, I've watched so much Brent Key and Georgia Tech. Like, I get that. I'm going to keep watching them because I'm a fan of that football team.
The Hansall Massacre.
Of the Texas Hansall Massacre. Let's see.
Yeah, but like during this point, like I'm sure there's going to be a lot of LSU fans that pay attention now to Louisville. Now it's on the CW, so bonus points. You get to watch Dawson's Creek, the game, then Gilmore Girls.
Yep. You don't even like really need to have YouTube TV or anything. You just got to have some bunny ears.
You get CW.
You get the CW.
Yeah.
That's called basic cable right there.
So that's what we got coming up. And again, Matt said it. We'll get into more of the games and the biggest games in the NFL and college football coming up this weekend on a Football Friday tomorrow from Rouse's. All right, we'll step away. One final break here. Wrap it up when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Always remember, not only in Central and the entire greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. So go to the website. Check out what they can do for you as far as a remodel at your home, at your business. Check out water heaters. You go, you click on that, and it's going to take you to tankless water heaters. And if you install that, you're never going to run out of hot water again. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Dishes, laundry, showers, all at the same time. And Central Plumbing can give you that. 24/7 emergency service, 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
That's right. The experts, and they have been for a long time here in the greater Baton Rouge area. The Payne family's been doing it a long time. They've literally seen everything in the plumbing game. You couldn't throw at a problem that they hadn't already figured out how to fix, how to solve. So if you have something going on at your place of work, at your business, at your home, no matter what it is, they can fix your plumbing issue. And they got 24/7 emergency service. So go check out the website right there, centralplumbing.org.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Tell you about our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com, GCOPnet.com, because it's not just about documents anymore. It's about managing and hosting the information your company needs to grow and thrive in the years ahead. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Mandeville, Lafayette, they are here for you. All your document needs are going to be met. GCOPnet.com.
So I figured it out. Finally figured out who I am for Halloween right now. I just kind of figured out like nonchalantly, like just your classic carny, tilt-a-whirl worker. Like no offense, just the stereotype that goes around with it.
No offense.
No offense. I mean, thank you for your service. Somebody's got to work the tilt-a-whirl. Someone's got to do it.
Facts.
Don't want to offend all the tilt-a-whirl
Don't want to
listeners.
offend all the tilt-a-whirl listeners.
Might as well be you.
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the stereotype that's out there that I didn't make. I figured it out. Taylor, throw it up there. You got it? Yes! Yes! You got a dart in your neck.
You got a dart in
You took one in the jugular, man. Yes!
You got a dart in your neck. That is you.
Nailed it.
Wish we were on Sirius right now so I could say it.
You want to so bad, and you know you can't.
I know. I almost did it. Yes. Hey, what? It's like the same shirt and everything.
I know.
I need the middle finger ring that he has.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a dart in your neck. What?
So good.
You're crazy.
I like you, but you're crazy.
I started watching Chad Powers last night.
How was it?
Someone was mentioning it in the chat here.
Good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard it was good from somebody, so I started watching it.
All right.
It kind of looked dumb, like from the outside looking in, but I started watching it. Made me laugh. Made me want to throw on a.
You wanted to be Chad Powers, didn't you?
Yeah. Kinda. After that flag football game.
I was about to say, I saw you play in that flag football game.
Still got it. I was sore for a week.
I don't have time.
I really like
to
this
answer
shirt.
that
Dude.
question.
I really like this shirt. You think I could wear it all day?
Yeah.
Why not? That's what it's for. It's made to be worn.
Go Tigers!
A sleeve hates to see Flynn coming.
Let's go, Frank. Frank the Tank.
Let's go. We love you.
Off the bench.
Frank the Tank.
Right to bear arms, bud.
LSU Snacks, the officially licensed snacks of the Tigers. Every bite supports LSU athletes, so you can cheer on the Tigers while enjoying great taste. Try the Win Bar, a blend of crunchy granola, wholesome almonds, and chocolate chips packed with protein and lower in sugar. Or you can grab the Win Bites, gluten-free bite-sized chocolate chip cookies with the perfect crunch. You can find LSU Snacks now at Rouse's, or you can order them online at lsusnacks.com. And if you go to Rouse's, if you come hang out with us tomorrow, and if you're looking for them, they are right by the register. So you'll see those. And again, every time you purchase one, it is going to support LSU athletics. And again, you can go to the website or come hang out with us, pick them up at Rouse's, lsusnacks.com. LSU Snacks, where every bite supports LSU. Go Tigers.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool.